This video is sponsored by Square Enix. Also, did any of you figure out why I'm dressed up? Does anyone know what I'm dressed up
I just figured
as?
that was sorry how you rock out.
I just thought, you know.
This is my usual
Breeh's
outfit.
wearing a shirt.
No,
Yeah.
this is one of Tifa's costumes.
Gotta wear my Final Fantasy
from
shirt.
the remake. So I'm going full Tifa again today. The other Tifa outfit is in the loft, and yeah, I'm not going up there.
Did Mousie ever play Remake? No, but I did buy it, and I was fully prepared to watch every cutscene.
So,
busy.
When do we all want to do an official intro? Who's going to do the official intro to say the thing started and all
Well,
that? kind of
I played
stuff?
We
Lolip
already
in the
have done. You just had us muted.
Lolip is in the very center of my screen. She's in the very middle, so she's
so-
starting.
I'm
Put
Mousie in the
yourself
middle,
there,
mate.
man. Put yourself there.
No. I'm
I
on the
have
left.
all of you at the top.
I see.
Oh yeah, fair enough. That's reasonable. You're gonna be playing the game later, aren't you, Mousie?
I hope so.
Oh,
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay, in which case, welcome everybody, whoever is here already, to our wonderful discussion about all things Final Fantasy VII, particularly the remake. As you guys know, Final Fantasy VII is some super old game. Like, God knows when it came out.
Old.
And
It came out in the
And it
90s
was-
at the very
it was-
least.
it was somewhat recently remade, and part 1 of that whole remake came out a while ago, but part 2, aka Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, comes out on February 29th, which is so close and it's so exciting.
Less than 2 weeks away.
It is-
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
yeah.
is it less than 2 weeks?
It's
Yeah.
so close. It's crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
Incredibly excited.
It is like, yeah. So for some of us here, obviously we're all Yogscast members. Some of us here have like varying levels of how much we've enjoyed the game, how much we've experienced the game, and others have maybe experienced other Final Fantasy games, and some are super mega fans. So starting with, this is going to go in alphabetical order of.
Oh wow.
Of the alphabetical order is my thought of introduce yourselves to everyone's chat and tell us your experience with Final Fantasy VII.
Alphabetical?
Alphabetical, I suppose I start with the old B then. For myself, I actually didn't really start with Final Fantasy VII. I remember reading in a video game magazine about Final Fantasy VIII and getting Final Fantasy VIII. Completed that, loved that, and then I started going back. It's like, oh, there's this other game called Final Fantasy VII. Borrowed it off a friend. He never got it back. I absolutely hammered that game for like months and months and months. I was like, God, what, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, something like that, around about that age. Can't remember, no.
How old?
But yeah, I played it. I loved it. I completed it 100%. Knights of the Round, all that stuff, all the good
Of
stuff.
course. Yeah.
What age? Sorry, where are you?
I can't honestly remember now. So it would be like 12, 10 even, maybe. I don't know.
Sure, you were like 30 back then, eh? You're at 70 now.
Oh yeah. Nice job.
Well, I'm next. So I'm Lolip or Lolipopgi, and my experience with Final Fantasy VII is much later, and it's all because of my husband, and he has been a super fan of the game, of the original, forever, and has plays it every year, like without fail. So I've always watched him play it, and then one day I also took it on and played it myself from start to finish. I did Knights of the Round, but never ever could beat Sephiroth, and I couldn't be bothered to go through with it. I didn't want to go back and grind it out and like try to defeat him. So I got as far as possible and then just went, yeah, that'll do. I mean, I played the whole of it, and then I also played the remake.
I mean, that's where you get Knights of the Round. Is Knights of the Round basically do Sephiroth
Once you
for
have Knights
you?
of the Round, everything else is easy peasy.
It's like,
so.
I did it, and he just totally kicked my ass, completely kicked my ass, and I went, oh God, no, I'm done. Okay, all right, Mousie.
Oh, hi, I'm Mousie.
Hi.
My experience. Hi. Suddenly an AA meeting. Hello.
Yeah.
My experience with Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy XIV Online, the MMO, and Final Fantasy 16. Past that, I've not played Final Fantasy 7, but I'm really excited about the remake and Rebirth because Rythian keeps talking about it every time I bring it up to him, and he boasts and boasts about it, and I'm like, okay, I've got to get into this.
I hype up the game. I try not to boast about my own personal accomplishments so much, but yes, it's a really good game, and I'm very excited that people are gonna get to get a chance to experience it now.
What about you, Nilesy?
Well, hi. I'm Nilesy.
Hi, Nilesy.
Hi.
Nilesy.
Oh,
Hi,
hi.
Nilesy.
Oh, hi. I'm here to play some games also, sort of, well, not to play, but to listen and hear about them. I have only ever played Final Fantasy XIV. I have played some Final Fantasy 16, and when I was young, I played sports. So I played sports. I didn't do a lot of I didn't do a lot of games. I promise you this is true. I don't know what happened, but I have only ever played Final Fantasy 14. In fact, I think I even started playing it as a brand deal like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I think that was around Heavensward launch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it was ARR. That was
Oh my
ARR because I remember I was
God.
level 50. And
Yeah,
got
I think.
my,
I think
okay,
they
yeah.
were
Stuff.
hyping up. I think they were hyping up towards
Oh,
Heavensward
potentially.
when we got
yeah.
the deal. Yeah.
So that's when I started playing, and yeah, I love it. And I'm very interested to hear more about the world of Final Fantasy because Rythian won't shut up about
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
See?
Well, it's because his accomplishments, isn't it? He always brags about his accomplishments, not so much like the games themselves.
No. It's just you can only play. You can really only play through a game the first time once and get that experience and
Yeah.
And so for me,
What?
the only way I can feel those feelings again is to vicariously live through someone else doing it. So whenever it's a game I love, I want to see all my friends play it so I can share that emotional moment again.
I've always
Which is
wanted
why I'm
like
trying to hype
it
up
wouldn't
Lolip
necessarily
because-
be a superpower. It might
The
be like a super
trauma.
weakness, but the ability to just like forget
To forget a
something
game.
entirely
Oh, I
would
feel
be
that a bit
incredible.
so
If I
That
could
would
just
be so
entirely
nice,
forget
right?
a game, if I entirely forget TV series and go back and
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
again,
Star Trek.
so enjoy that.
Yeah.
Star Trek, why?
Start from
Is this a
beginning.
Star Trek round table?
Stargate.
No,
I'll
I'm
go
not getting
Stargate
into Star
instead.
Trek. Anything but Star Trek, please. Okay, well, really, I assume that you've kind of already
Yeah.
spoken a little bit, but
So I
Hi, Rythian.
played. Hi, hello, hi.
Hi, Rythian.
Hi, Rythian.
So I played Final Fantasy before Final Fantasy VII. I am old enough that I played the series back on the Super Nintendo. I think I even at one point rented
Oh, look at
Final
this old
Fantasy.
geezer.
Yes, I mean guilty as charged. I think I even at one point rented from my local rental store Final Fantasy 1 on Nintendo. Thought it was garbage and handed it back in. I was too young to understand like a basic 8-bit JRPG at that point. I didn't get it. But around the time Final Fantasy 4 and 6 came out for the Super Nintendo, I was all in on the JRPG bandwagon. So when it was time for PlayStation to come out, a friend of mine got the PlayStation first, and then got Final Fantasy, but he didn't have a memory card. So we played the first 15 hours or so over and over again because at some point our parents made us turn off the console over a weekend, and then at the end, or rather the beginning of the weekend, and then on the Sunday we could finally go buy a
hellish.
memory card and save. It was fun though.
Was it? That sounds fucking hellish.
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
This is so
Ultimately,
sweet.
so because we were like into multiple JRPGs, but Final Fantasy VII was cool one, and that was around the time Final Fantasy VIII was hitting. So we were excited for that. So I had the original PlayStation box for Final Fantasy VII. I think at one point I lent it to a friend who then kept it. Suspect that might be Breeh, actually.
No, it wasn't.
might-
It wasn't me, no, I read it
Wait
some guy
a
called
minute.
Daniel.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, well,
It was Daniel
that's funny
Hughes.
because I actually think it was Daniel I gave it to. So yeah, fair
Oh,
enough.
really? Okay.
So
then.
that's kind of funny. Anyway, so later on, a few years later, I bought this again. This is
Whoa.
the platinum
Oh
version.
my gosh, he's got a show and tell.
It cost
Don't you love-
£200.
is that
200
Swedish?
Swedish crowns.
Krona or whatever.
That's
Don't you love how
expensive
they
game.
just jam on like an orange blob on there? Great. And then back, you see where I bought it from? Power Store.
Power
True.
Store.
Docs.
Yeah,
Docs.
Power
now
Store.
now we know where you grew up.
Yeah. So the first disc is missing. I think that
Oh,
might
come
either
on.
still be in the PlayStation, which is in over there somewhere. But what I do have is the manual. So I will read from later on. And
Oh my god.
review disc for Final Fantasy VIII. That's why I bought this.
Whoa.
Wait,
Because I could get the demo
okay.
for Final Fantasy
Alright.
VIII at the
Discs
same
were
time.
there, but
You need the
4
disc, though. It's not
discs.
going to accrue
So
value
it's
without the disc.
this was a 3-disc game. Yeah. Both
When
Final
3
Fantasy
disc,
8
4
and
disc,
9
4
were 4
disc.
Yeah. So yeah, but there's 4 discs in this one because they put in the Final Fantasy VIII demo. basically, ever since I've been a mega Final Fantasy fan and played a ton. I
We would
played
never
Final Fantasy
guess,
14 with
Rythian.
friends. Yeah, I figured just to clarify.
My God.
Just to clarify.
It's just like it's just beaming
Where's your
off of
Final
you.
Fantasy t-shirt though? Hey, where's your Final
I
Fantasy
don't
t-shirt?
have. I don't have. This is some other game series.
Oh,
Some
don't
other
put that down. Put that down.
Mario.
No one looks at
Yeah,
that. No, we don't
Mario.
like that.
Let's get out of there.
We
Get
don't
out
talk
of there.
about anything there.
I do, however, have Final Fantasy displayed posters
Hold
all
on, I need to
over
get
my
some
wall
Final
over
Fantasy
there.
Sure you
merch as well,
do.
that's
Sure you
not
do,
fair.
mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure you do.
If I could
Meanwhile, I'm over here
jam
just
the camera up,
I'm just
but
straight
then
up
I'll-
cosplaying
my whole
Tifa.
setup.
Just whatever. Look at how much effort I put into this. This is how much I care about Final Fantasy VII.
Hey, I cleaned this t-shirt. Okay, I might have ironed it. I don't think I did though, but I still
Wow,
cleaned it.
you
so,
cleaned
know.
it.
I put an effort
Iron?
too.
Who irons clothes?
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so so the thing about me, like I like Final Fantasy VII a lot, but then I moved on to 8 and 9 and 10. It's like, yeah, they're way better. 7 actually probably wasn't that good. And then much later on, I like replayed it when Remake was coming out. I was like, I should replay the original. And it's like, no, actually, this was really, really good. So it's now like jumped up again to be one of my favorites. So when in 2020, when Final Fantasy Remake was hitting, I was sitting there, midnight release, stream open, counting down to play it, and it's like becoming a kid again. It's great. I played the demo recently. I felt so giddy. It's like I was in my mom's car on the way home, reading the manual in the back seat, getting excited. It's yeah, I'm
Manuals back then
extreme-
actually, and you'll see when he brings it up, like manuals back then had a lot of actual information
It
about
has
in
stuff.
there, and like a lot
Would
of
you
backstory,
like
to know?
character bios,
I
and
miss
like,
those
all
days.
sorts of
Yeah.
things.
Tifa is 167 centimeters tall.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
She's a little
What's
taller
the
than me
blood
then.
type? Shirley's got the blood type in there as well.
See, I thought I'd have blood type because
Her
they usually
mother's
always
maiden
do in
Such a
manuals.
weird
but,
detail to have.
no.
Her
So they
mother's
don't.
maiden name
That's a
by
bigger thing in
chance,
Japan,
like-
apparently.
What
Blood
does it
type.
have?
That's like.
What else does it have? Full
Yeah.
name?
Just
So
getting
we
all this.
have for Cloud Except we have
Location.
Cloud Strife, job, mercenary, age 21, weapon, sword, height 173 centimeters, birth date August 19th, birthplace Nibelheim.
Happy birthday.
Just a month
So
out.
What's
Aerith-
his astrological chart?
Oh my
I
god.
guess we'll have to look that up. Back in
Okay.
the day.
Anyone know
Shall we-
August?
I'd like to get some move on to just an interesting topic.
Yeah, please
mostly
do.
He'll just read the mostly for Nilesy and Mousie, who are newcomers to the game. I'm just like genuinely and personally curious. What do you know about Final Fantasy VII at all? Starting with Nilesy.
Oh God. Okay. I know that Cloud Strife has a big sword.
Yeah, he does.
True.
He does have a big sword.
I
He does
believe
have a
it's
big
called.
sword.
I did this in my pub quiz one week. I believe it's called a Buster Sword.
Buster
Very
sword,
true.
Yeah.
Very
Buster sword.
good.
And
Yeah.
that is it.
That's
Okay.
it. That's it. What you, Mousie?
Okay. I know Sephiroth is hot.
True.
True.
And a flower girl dies. That's it.
Aerith.
Yes, her.
So that's really your only exposure to the games. Is there anything about those games that like that you is there any particular reason you never got round to playing them? Is it just because you just sort of went full on into Final Fantasy 14, or is there another reason?
As like a child or like as an adult?
All ages.
Both, I guess. Yeah.
I got sucked into Final Fantasy 14, and that's kind of had me by the throat for 2 years.
Fair enough then.
And then Final Fantasy 16 happened, and then after that, like Rythian started suggesting the other ones, but I just haven't gotten around to it. There's
Okay.
so many games.
I know.
The thing about
Especially
like
the
at
fact there's
least
16 games as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's-
well, it's
Well,
just
and there's also
like
then the part 2s and some little side shoots as well.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah, of
spin-offs and
course.
stuff.
Yeah, there's
I mean,
so many.
if you want to go back in the Final Fantasies, like it's hard to not suggest either 16, which just came out, or the Final Fantasy VII remakes, because they by far feel the most modern. Like they like. I mean, I love
course.
going
Yeah.
back to the old pixel games. Like I have an incredible time, but I know that's not for everyone. So
It is
if
an
you want to
unfortunate,
suggest,
archaic little bit of a gameplay system that just doesn't
it's
work
just-
lately anymore. But like back in the day,
I mean, I still
so
love
good.
it to this day, so I'm not gonna sit here and complain. But yeah, like if you trying to get someone who's mostly into Final Fantasy 14 into other Final Fantasies, these seem like the best ones to recommend. They feel modern, they feel new, they're spectacle,
hot.
incredible.
I'll be
Sephiroth is
honest,
really hot,
growing
you know.
up, I always found like I was very put off by Final Fantasy everything because it was so like glossy. It felt very like all all style over substance, and I couldn't understand why none of the games were related and stuff, and that was really like alienating for me. But it was only through seeing the love that my husband shows for it that I could really get into it. And then when you actually play Final Fantasy VII, I really hope that you guys will, you know, also try the original, because it's different, but it's like, I don't know, there's some charm to it. Then you'll really see why people love this game so much. I think I've seen 8 and I've seen 9, and they don't really compare for some reason.
Yeah, so like you said, right? So there's a lot of the games, but they don't necessarily ever like lead on to each other. They're not sequels. They're not part of a series. They're not part of a saga. But what you'll find though is that they do have like these always like similar points of like references, or similar sort of like themes and motifs that go through it. Something that comes up in Final Fantasy VII a lot is like the life stream and the planet Gaia, and how everything always cycles around. There is a cycle of things that happens, and hopefully that's actually not spoiling anything in Final Fantasy VII.
No, I don't think so.
Back in like Final Fantasy IX.
Thanks.
There's what? Bikes, yeah, there's bikes. Well, no,
true.
You know there's a bike. There has been a bike segment in the remake. That already happened on the motorway. But yeah, it's always like Gaia, life energy, the planet, like trying to help people trying to help the planet, foreign enemies or foreign energies kind of get interfering and things like that. So
let's not forget the main one.
Similar things like that.
Is in Final Fantasy XIV. The motorcycle, I'm pretty sure, is in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Class motorcycle. And another thing I know, the only thing I knew growing up about Final Fantasy that brought them all together was some simple fact: everyone is hot. That was it. That was all I knew. Every single character is hot as fuck.
Well, one of Square's things back in the day.
Really?
No,
yes.
come on, bro.
Are you kidding?
You'd kick him out of bed. You'd kick him out of bed.
Are you kidding?
I know.
So one of the things Square always did back in the day, they always put it as one of the things they always wanted to be at the forefront of graphics and get the most spectacle thing and look as cool as possible. You know, like the actual Final Fantasy VII gameplay at the time, pretty basic, but it was a very early PlayStation games with very little graphics. But the CGI movies were out of this world when they hit. Like they blew people's minds. Hell, the original trailers were all about, you know, showing off as many fancy CGI movies as possible. And it's like, the next spectacle of summer will not be coming to a motion picture. It's coming to a video game console for the PlayStation. That sort of thing. So
it was it was all about
for the original Final Fantasy VII as well. Like it was all about the battle systems and things like that. But like there was also all the RPG elements of it, like with the materia, leveling up the materia, unlocking additional limit breaks and things like that, and having to use it 8 times or defeating 120 enemies with it and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Was it Aerith's White Wind? No, White Wind was an actual, enemy skill materia, where you'd go around capturing all these enemy skills and making them use it on
White Wind, Goblin Punch.
There was so many fun things. Basically. Yeah, it was
Blue Mage
as a materia.
Functions as a materia. You equip it on. So this is getting into.
I was going to say we're getting into like really like specifics to the game.
No, I need to know now. Wait, is this how Blue Mage came to be?
Yeah. Basically, well, technically, Blue Mage came around in Final Fantasy.
Anyway.
I think the first official Final Fantasy Blue Mage job was in Final Fantasy V, but the idea of like using enemy spells against others was for that. But in Final Fantasy VII, it takes the role of a materia called the enemy skill materia, where you equip it on either the weapon or the armor of one of your party members, and they get hit by the enemy spell, and then they can cast the enemy spell.
Maybe they were inspired by Kirby.
Is it?
Maybe? I don't know.
I doubt it. Maybe they can just make their own thing originally.
I think the idea of fighting fire with fire, using the enemy's power against them, is pretty global, honestly.
I have to say, I don't know a lot about the original games. Mousie, I assume you also did you not play the originals either? Like the really old, like first like 6 or so? No, so I don't even know
if
whether
I have any
or not.
question about the originals, I'll ask Rythian on Discord. I'll say 3 sentences, please.
And then you'll get some kind of paragraph back, I imagine.
It'll be half an hour.
He'll ask me to do 3 sentences. I give him 6, and he says, that was 6. And I said, sorry, that's all I could do. That's usually how it goes.
Bless you. Bless you. You want to be thorough, I guess.
There's so many characters that like leak over to like different Final Fantasies as well, which is really intriguing.
You're gonna have your Cids. You're gonna have your Biggs. You're gonna have your Wedge. Sometimes you get to have your Jesse. You know, there's gonna be those things. You're gonna have your Chocobos. You're gonna have your airships.
Chocobos.
Oh yeah, Chocobos.
Moogles aren't actually in Fantasy VII, are they?
Sort of.
Can't think of a Moogle.
Kate Seath rides on a Moogle. but that's a stuffed
true.
Moogle.
Oh.
And there's a Gold Saucer minigame where you
Sorry,
play
who
with the
rides on
Moogles.
it?
Mog's house, that's right. Mog's house in the Golden Saucer. I
Kate
forgot
Sith.
about that.
The best guy in the game.
The best guy in the game. That's what Nilesy is
Ketchy,
looking forward to the
my
most.
favorite fellow.
Yeah.
Who?
A
Sorry,
lovely little,
sorry,
it's,
can I just
a little,
double
it's a
check?
little black
It's a
cat
cat,
with a
Mousie,
crown
it's a cat. So
that
that's
it.
rides on a big giant
Yeah,
stuffed
Kate Sith.
Moogle.
Yeah.
Kate Sith.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
My
Kate Sith.
favorite guy.
The Void Arc
Oh.
series in Final
My
Fantasy
absolute
14.
favorite.
Yeah.
Do you guys all know how to pronounce Kate Sith?
Ketchy.
It's Ketchy. Yeah. It's originally Ketchy, but you know,
Oh.
I have
everyone,
the
everyone's-
Scottish card though. I'm allowed
This
to
is
say
the
Kate Sith.
minion you messaged the GM of
Yes.
Final Fantasy
Yes.
14
Oh, you know about that.
right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we got famous on Reddit, my dude.
Yes.
It was
I
a,
thought
it was a
they
big
know
one
about
back and
this.
forth, wasn't it?
So
Do
for
you
those
know
who,
about this, Lolip?
No, you tell me about it.
Go on,
It was-
Nilesy.
it was a cold night, and I was feeling very lonely. And I sent a message to the GMs in Final Fantasy, trying to see, because I remember we got the brand deal for Final Fantasy, and I wasn't sure if we got the collector's edition with that. So I sent a message just being like, I'm pretty sure I should have had the Kate Sith minion because it was an ARR collector's edition thing, and they got back and said no. And then I was like, well, hold on a minute. And then I was like, how about I give you this wonderful drawing of a Kate Sith? Does this change your mind? And they got back to me with a drawing of me getting rejected by a GM. I can link it to you if you want.
Are you
It's pretty
kidding?
funny.
It's so
It's very funny.
It was really good. It was
Which
really
Final
good.
Fantasy was this exactly?
14 online.
This is in 14.
MMO.
Yeah.
It's him
There's,
wanting a Final Fantasy VII character in Final Fantasy 14 as a little like pet, sort of like little mount minion sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
his
instead
little,
you got a drawing of being rejected for
twisting.
getting one.
There you go.
Yeah.
In general, there, Lolip,
Okay.
you can see the GM's actual drawing
my
response
God.
to me.
Oh,
The
hold
first
on.
one is my
Oh,
drawing
yeah.
to them, and then they replied with that drawing
I'll
to me.
post it in my chat as well. Yeah, so yeah, we were talking like Nilesy was telling us all about it and stuff, and then we were like, "This is really funny. We should post this somewhere on Reddit." And I was like, "Yeah, you do it." So ultimately, Duncan did
Duncan
it.
did it, yeah.
Yeah,
If
put
you
it
look at
together.
who posted it, so it makes
Yeah.
it even funnier.
What the hell? It's just so
Yeah.
elaborate. I mean, obviously hilarious.
Yeah.
Obviously hilarious.
Yeah.
It's worth it. When you say
I'm
It's a- it's
desperate for that
over.
minion. I love that minion. I love Ketchy.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
why is it pronounced like that? I don't
Gaelic.
So yeah,
It's
it's a
Gaelic?
Gaelic mythological creature of this sort of this little trickster cat. So it's pronounced Ketchi. But obviously, a lot of people in America and the rest of Europe not exactly up on their Gaelic pronunciation. So for years and years and years, people have just said Kate Sith because that's what it looks like as
Yeah.
a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it's
and
spelled.
then-
And it's got space in it
Yeah,
and everything.
that's
so
how
it
it
just
looks like. It's got
that.
a space.
It really
so like,
does.
eh.
Yeah.
So ultimately, like we then went to the point now where now the character's name is gonna start getting voiced in the game. So everyone's like, well, what are they gonna say? Are they gonna say Ketchi or not? Turns out, no. They are
They
going
said,
to pronounce it Kate Sith
Kate Sith,
in
yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
It's true.
So like, yes, the mythological thing is called Ketchi, but this one is going to be called Kate Sith. So,
Okay,
there
yeah,
you go.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
what the
I
voice
It's
actor
Scottish
think
said.
I would
Gaelic, and I give it a
argue-
pass. I give it a pass.
you know,
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a video game character at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and if everyone's like heart is like, this is how we've always pronounced it, it would be
Yeah, like
so
for 20 years,
unusual.
people have always called him that. So
yeah,
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 I mean,
exactly.
today that's me learning that out. I never knew that as a fact. I always thought it was Kate Sith. I always pronounced it as Kate Sith, and everybody
So-
ever told me
Yeah.
that would say it as Kate
What?
Sith. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are
same.
you know mine then? What are you guys' favorite characters
Oh wow.
in Rebirth?
Okay, well,
I always
okay.
like Sid. I will.
Sid.
Which
Really?
well,
Sid?
should I? Yeah,
I mean,
but he
what I
hasn't
know
come
about
up
Sid
yet,
is he's
so
a
you don't
massive
even know who Sid
flippin'
is.
dork.
You have
Final
no
Fantasy
idea who
14
Sid
is a
is.
massive dork.
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy 14, and Final Fantasy 7 is entirely different. You'll see when you
cool
eventually
guy.
get meet him.
I mean,
He might come up in this in Rebirth. I don't know. It
He
depends how
is.
far Rebirth really wants to go.
it's confirmed he
Yeah.
will be in. He will not be playable, but he will be a guest character in the same way
That's a
that.
shame.
He won't
Yeah,
be playable.
he's really
That's
cool.
controversial.
Well,
That's
it's same way. So,
upsetting.
like in remake, a bunch of people joined the party, but not everyone was like officially playable. They were like
Yeah.
guest characters tagged along with you. And in Rebirth, most of them is going to be playable at this point, including the ones that were guest characters in remake. But at least 2 of them are still going to be guest characters. So then, I guess for the third
see.
one, they'll be fully playable.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's
some of
possible.
Sid's
Yeah.
hobbies and interests basically line up with mine, and that's all I'll say, I suppose.
I see. Drinking tea and going to
Yeah,
space.
he's essentially like a pilot.
Yeah.
He's really like he's just very like relaxed and I can't remember a lot of like his personality. I just remember that he's just like very likable.
He's angry. He's
Rational
incredibly grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, grumpy. You'd have to say grumpy.
I guess
Right, what other fave characters do we have?
I mean, my favorite. Oh, go on, Rythian. Okay, I'll give you the space.
I mean,
and
I'm
I'll
a
go
basic-
on.
You go first, because he'll
basic, isn't he?
he'll
He's
deal
gonna
with
be
the next 5
basic.
minutes.
Okay.
You go ahead, Lola.
Okay, I'll go first. All right.
You go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you'd think that just because I'm dressed as Tifa that she's my favorite. She's not actually my favorite, and she's not actually close to my favorite. I've always really liked. It's probably like a toss up between Cloud and Yuffie. I think like Yuffie is you won't obviously you guys Yuffie's a bit less known until like what was the name of the game that came out that introduces her recently?
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade,
There
which
you go,
had
Intergrade, that's it, yeah.
intermission.
That's the word, yeah, Intergrade. And your first introduction to her, at least in the original, is that she's essentially just a thief and she's a rapscallion, and she was just like really like feisty and hard to nail down, and just you essentially have to try to find her. That's what like a lot of like my husband will spend.
Yeah, because technically she's an optional character. You can make your way through the game without ever recruiting her.
Whereas like for
the
my
longer
husband,
it goes,
she was
the
not
higher the chance
optional.
of you at least meeting her will happen.
She was not optional for my husband. He would like beeline. He would beeline to where she lives, and then you have to go out into the world and try to like essentially like randomly get her in a fight. So you have to physically go out
she was
and like
always in a forest fight. At
Yeah,
least it
so you
wasn't
have to,
like a
like,
field
go
fight.
into
It was
forest.
a
Yeah,
fight.
she's
it's
in
like
forest, but there's a
Pokemon.
couple
You
of
have to
different places
basically
you
go
can
out
get
and
her.
find her like a Pokemon.
Yeah, go fight her in the tall
essentially.
grass, yeah.
And then you have to like essentially what you have to do, and then she joins your party.
Interesting.
She's very
In the
good.
tall
She's very
grass.
strong. And then obviously for me, like I think I've grown to, especially when I played the remake, I just really fell in love with Cloud so much. He's so lovely. He's so charming, and like he's got layers. He's so
Charming?
sweet.
Wait, charming?
I love him. How can you
Big
not?
sword.
He's
I
so
would
much.
like one
He's so
sentence
much
in which
more
he
of
was
an emo
charming.
in the original. He's like this like pathetic sort of like I don't care, like whatever, you know. He's super lame in the original, but then he's like a little more tempered, a little nicer in the remake, I think. Only just, but and I love him.
I mean, I'm a basic bitch. Like I love Cloud. Like I always love the main characters generally, unless they're really bad. But yeah, Cloud is my jam.
For those who don't know,
He's
Rythian
great.
literally
Sephiroth is hot.
Rythian literally models his
vote.
characters in Final Fantasy XIV on the box art of the expansion.
True.
He
Yeah,
plays the actual box art
This
character.
is true.
it's true.
Yeah, he is Mr. Main Character essentially.
His
Yeah.
Final Fantasy XIV character is literally Meteor.
Yeah. So whenever you see a cinematic, that's me. That's in the
Literally, yeah.
cinematic. So
I'm doing
that's
that. Was
that's
me.
why
just there now.
Yoshi P is just making stuff about me. I feel honestly very honored. So,
And then the rest of us are just cat people.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
all
There's
the
some
Mithras.
cat people and Lalafels
Mikote,
and whatever.
sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse you. I'm
Yes.
currently a hire.
Oh, no longer
Oh,
Ellison.
currently.
Lolip, do you play any Final
I've
Fantasy
been
XIV?
Ellison for a while.
I have played 30 days of Final Fantasy 14, and I something I will never forget is the soundtrack, because probably
Oh,
heard
it's
the
so
same
good.
song so many
I mean,
times.
So
Final
good.
Fantasy
Goes
series
hard.
has had so many
Basically,
good bangers, like all across of them, all across
All the
games.
music,
So
from
many
the
good
old ones
pieces.
in Final Fantasy, like with orchestrion scrolls, right?
Yeah.
If you
there's
play
a lot
any
of
more,
it.
we need to get you in
Yeah.
our guild. We've got like a Yogs guild you should join if you do play any more.
Yeah, I promise that if I ever get back into Final Fantasy 14, I will seek you guys out for sure.
One
Yeah.
of us.
Nice.
But
Yes,
they're,
I know.
they're trying it out
One
on
of us.
Xboxes
One
now,
of
right?
us.
So
Yeah, that's the thing that's happening. They're doing
Xbox
open beta for Xbox,
open betas,
for PlayStation
yep.
as well. Yeah.
And the console integration, I know this isn't about Final Fantasy 14, but the console integration is one of the best, I think, for like an MMO of that caliber to actually switch
It-
between controls and things
Yeah,
like
it-
that.
it is kinda
Fantasy
funny
series
because,
doing
like-
really good
Mm.
with it.
I always,
Yeah, well,
I'm
there's
always
something
worried
like-
about playing with someone on a console, and then in Final Fantasy, I'm not.
Yeah. The thing is, like, because Final Fantasy has been throughout the years always been like a console game.
Yes,
I think
exactly.
I think Final Fantasy VII was the first game
PlayStations.
that eventually came out on PC, and then they have basically since then, some of them well delayed, but there always been like they started on Super Nintendo, then went over to PlayStation and stayed on PlayStation for a while, and sometimes on Xbox and others. But yeah, so they was just like, if we're gonna make an MMO, it has to be on console still. Like we have to have it there because otherwise it would be like abandoning our fans. So yeah, they
really cool.
both Final
Actually.
Fantasy
Didn't think
11
of
was
that.
first one, and then Final Fantasy 14 as well, both console MMOs.
I literally
But
got
sticking-
this PS5 for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, no, I
think a lot of people
bought
do
my
that.
PlayStation 4 in the first place because of Final Fantasy 15 that came out on that. It's like, but it's usually for me like I will not buy a PlayStation until the Final Fantasy game comes out, and then when the Final
Only
Fantasy
game I
game
have
comes out, I get the
is
PlayStation.
Final
I think
Fantasy
that
16,
PlayStation know that, don't they? Because they keep doing this. They keep doing this. I think we're getting a PlayStation 5 for Rebirth. Actually, I think it's actually going to happen. So stay tuned. I'll let you know.
I mean, that's basically what I did. Like I was, I held out for a long time. It's like there's so many good games on PlayStation 4, but
Same.
I don't know if I need one. And then they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm like, well, that's it. I gotta get one.
Well, maybe
now.
Yoshi's
So,
watching and will send us all.
Yoshi,
PlayStation
please send us
5s.
PlayStations. Yay!
I will
Maybe
say
they'll
that
send us a
I will-
picture of us
I'll
not getting
sacrifice
one.
Mine. I'll take a Kate Seth minion doll.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah.
It's pronounced
Get it sorted,
Ketchy.
yeah.
To go
I'll
back
take
to
a
music
Ketchy
very
minion
briefly. To go back to the music very briefly, that's always been like not quite a selling point of the Final Fantasy series, but like Final Fantasy games always have had like an amazing soundtrack,
go
an amazing couple of
hard.
songs.
Yeah.
I would have a
Insanely
save
how-
point.
insanely how
I would
good they are.
specifically have a save point set just before like the motorcycle sequence in the original game, and just go back and
Yes.
just listen to that. It was
Oh
incredible.
my god, that's so
Costa
adorable.
del
It's a good
Sol had an
one.
amazing piece of music. Cosmo
Great.
Canyon has amazing music.
Yeah.
The
I,
chocolate
um,
racing music
YouTube,
is.
right?
Chocobo music's great.
Well,
You know about YouTube, right?
Yeah, but this is 20 years
Well,
ago.
this was
Mousie.
before YouTube.
How old
This
are
is before the
you?
internet, really.
It's not the
okay,
same.
if you want to talk being old, I don't think this was Final Fantasy VII. It might have been an earlier RPG, either Final Fantasy VI or a different RPG. I had my cassette player with a tape on, and I held it up to the TV, and I pressed record, and I sat there and waited so I could get
Oh
the
my
good soundtrack.
God.
So I
There
could
goes our
listen back to it
PlayStation.
later.
You're
That's
meant to
so
piracy.
cute. You are so old,
that's
Rythian.
piracy, yeah.
Piracy.
But as Mousie said, with like YouTube though, there was this one website I used to go back to. It was called OC Remix or Okra.
Oh,
Okra
yeah,
Mix.
yeah.
It was what I thought it was. And it just had all the soundtracks, but people would remix it. So you'd have the techno version, you have the trance version, you have the
Right.
dance version
my
of
God,
like
that's
all
amazing.
these things. And I used to download these things, put them on my CD player, and then just go off and just listen to these things. They're incredible. Oh my god, what a great website that used to be.
I want to ask Mousie a question because I want to give her the chance to talk about her favorite game of all time ever, Final Fantasy 14, of course. And
I thought we talked about that enough.
no, I want to talk about it in relation to in relation to Rebirth. But what is it about Final Fantasy 14 that you really hope to see in Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, like in terms of particular vibe, particular characters, particular like combat style, like anything, honestly?
Oh, I don't even know where to start with that. I don't have like a grounding for like how Final Fantasy VII is up, because like after playing Final Fantasy 16 and seeing how different that is to Final Fantasy 14, I have no concept of how the other games are like structurally set up whatsoever. But I don't know. I mean, that's a hard one. Ooh, let me cook on that.
Okay, yeah, sure. What about you, Nilesy?
Getchy. If he's in it, I'll play
fishing.
it.
Ocean
That's it.
fishing. Can we have ocean fishing? Can we?
Oh,
Is there fishing?
I wonder if there'd be fishing in it.
There will maybe. Well, there'll be a boat. Whether we get to do much on the boat or go fishing on the boat.
So one of the things that Rebirth is doing very faithfully to the original Final Fantasy VII is there are tons of minigames. There's going to be tons and tons of fun minigames.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a fishing minigame, but there's going to be lots of stuff you can do that isn't
wait
just
to go
playing the game.
snowboarding.
I want to go fishing.
Oh yeah, is nobody going to
Bad
be in
news,
this one
Bree.
though?
No snowboarding until the third game.
I'm fairly sure.
Sorry.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
far away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Right,
mini
yeah.
games in
One.
Final Fantasy VII, so I imagine that it's entirely possible that they
Blitzball one of
implement.
them?
No,
that's
this one is
Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy 10.
Yeah.
10 too.
You
One of
might
these
get
days.
to do torpedo attack as a mini game, but that again will
Yeah.
probably be game 3 or
Probably
maybe even game
later,
4
actually,
at that
but
point.
What's
There's
that?
going to
Final Fantasy
be
14, I believe.
there'll be Chocobo racing, which is
It's like
machines.
golden, all the golden saucer stuff. I imagine is going to be in this one.
Racing.
Yeah.
Not just Chocobo racing, Chocobo breeding. You're
I
gonna
have
get to make
Oh
the
my
best
God.
Chocobo.
I get to breed
My
into
favorite part of the
Chocobo.
Why
game.
is Breeh just
Yeah.
lying?
No, Bree just lying to. It's like
No, I'm
Warlords
just-
all over
I'm just
again.
hyped about
He's
the Final Fantasy
promising
game,
things he
and now he's
can't
just like,
do. So yeah, in the
God
original
damn
Final
it.
Fantasy VII, you could rent a farm basically and capture chocobos and feed them different nuts and
Imprison
different greens. No,
Yeah.
raise
It was
them.
the
and stuff.
best.
And
You
then-
say it was
the
a
best
farming
mini game. Yeah, it's the best mini game of the whole game. It was all. It's what I
Yeah.
wanted to do the
Why
most.
didn't you say so?
Do you know what the best
So
part
they were
was,
like, yeah, so it
Mousie?
starts with yellow chocobos.
Yeah.
Then eventually you can get blue chocobos that can travel shallow water, green chocobos that can travel across mountains. Then you can get a black chocobo that can do both. And then eventually you can get a golden chocobo, which can
chocobo.
travel over the ocean. And then you can get secret
Yeah.
areas,
So
such as
there's like
Knights of
areas
the
you
Round,
can't
which
get
Brienne
to until you
mentioned.
breed the
Yeah,
right chocobos,
Yes.
and then you get
Really?
cool loot and find new secrets and
What
stuff.
about
And I just
red chocobos?
No
I
red
was wondering the
chocobos
same,
available
actually,
as
yeah.
player chocobos. They are there, but they're not available as one of the things you can breed.
Right.
So
they're
So
just
we're
the
safe. We're
horrifying
safe from the
characters.
meteors. We're safe
Okay.
from the meteors. Yeah.
So, I mean, how engaging is these mini games? Are we talking like, oh, it's 10 minutes, or are we talking, oh, it's 20 hours?
I mean, the chocobo breeding one takes a while. Chocobo racing is quite fun. A
Yeah.
lot of the
No,
other
it's
ones
not.
is like think like gold saucer mini games type of thing.
Okay.
music though, beloved.
there
But, I
is
mean, in
also
Gold
going
Saucer,
to
you
be
can devote a lot of time to like things like Triple
Yeah,
Triad
yeah.
and things like that.
there is going to be a triple triad type game in Rebirth called Queen's Blood, which is going to be a
Oh.
strategic card game.
really,
I don't know much about it.
That I didn't know.
No,
Say
this news
psych
to me
right
until a while
now.
until I saw. No, it's. I'm not going to promise it's like triple triad, but from what I saw briefly,
He's
I didn't want
promising
to
it's
spoil
triple
myself too much. Jesse Cox made a video about it, and it looks pretty cool. pretty
Hello?
cool.
You? There's
Yeah.
a card triple.
Okay.
Where do
triple
I
triad out of your
sign
mind.
up?
I do not
Well,
want to
it's funny
promise
you should
triple
mention that,
triad.
Mousie. The place that you sign up is !FF
Oh my god! Exclamation
everybody's
FFVII
individual
Rebirth
chats.
in
Make
Bam,
chat,
there you
everybody.
go.
And then
Get
you
it.
catch them
Wow.
in the chat to say that you have clicked it so that we can
I
see who
couldn't
has
even
not.
see that
And we
coming.
can chase them down.
Yeah. We're gonna send you to our chocobo farm to be bred.
Yes.
If you don't,
Oh god.
only if you don't.
Wait, is that-
and if
was
you
that
want to,
threat or
I hope everyone in
a
the Lolip's chat
reward
types
or-
it because that is a threat.
That's the dangerous one. Yeah.
Well, okay. What?
Loporits. Are they in that game?
Loporits are
Loporits?
from Final Fantasy IV, not from Final Fantasy VI. Actually, I have a little bit of a list for you Final Fantasy 14 fans of things that you might end up seeing in Final Fantasy VII. So, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse play from the.
yeah.
Garland
Whatever.
Erics.
Biggs and Wedge are annoying, man.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm sorry.
No. No.
Yeah, no,
Corner him right now.
everyone agrees, yeah? Okay, moving on.
No.
I don't know who they are in Final Fantasy
I
14,
don't.
honestly.
I don't know anything.
They work for the Ironworks.
Yeah.
So the aforementioned
What's the
Knights of the
screen?
Round is basically the knights that King Thordan fights with at the end of Heavensward.
Okay.
Oh,
in Final
yeah,
Fantasy
yeah,
VII,
yeah.
They're summoner
That's cool.
basically.
Wait, is that the
um,
Estinians in?
Estinian is, I'm afraid, not in. Sorry.
Oh.
You might find your Estinian joy in other characters like Vincent Valentine or someone. It might have the same sort of edgy
Vincent.
feel. I don't know.
If you can find him.
I was gonna say,
I don't- I
Vince
guess-
is
I
such
guess
a
he might
weird
be
I'm not
character.
sure
a
he's going to be
center stage, you
optional in this
reckon?
one. He might not be
Yeah.
optional in this one. I think he might be a thing.
I hope they do flesh
Busted
him
out
out because
Soul?
that was the biggest crime in the original Final Fantasy VII is that Vincent Valentine didn't quite get the stardom and didn't quite get the center stage that he deserved because
He
should have
always
known
the sort
a
of, like-
lot. Like he
Yeah.
should have had a
He
lot
was
of
always his
internal
place in
knowledge.
lore and stuff. Like he was always this mysterious figure, and then you get him, and since he's optional, he's never in one of them like the big movies and so on. But I think he's gonna be not optional this time. It's gonna be
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna
Yeah,
find a way
yeah.
to work
Yeah.
in certain characters that weren't like technically like really important in the original. I mean, there's a pretty key main character in the remake that isn't in the original proper. That I understand. I don't want to necessarily spoil it because I feel like Mousie and Nilesy should really play them. should really play
Do I get
themselves.
to kiss
A
Sephiroth?
name shouldn't be bad if you just stop at
Yes,
that.
you do get to kiss Sephiroth.
Salt.
She's in.
I'm in.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Get
here.
that bit.
okay.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah.
As someone who is new to everything of this, why the hell is there many different titles?
So
What's going
Final
on?
Fantasy VII
Big
came
game,
out
very
in
big game.
1997. So that's when it came out on PlayStation, mega popular, and ever since then.
1997.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I
Yes,
was
it's been a while. Yeah. So
yeah,
it
I was
a while
12
since that
actually.
came out.
That's why I know YouTube.
Bullshit, Breeh. You were
So
20.
that was popular, and it was so popular, it was a massive hit. So ever since then, when modern consoles hit, people be like, remake, remaster, let's redo
Right.
it, let's redo it. So then it finally came time for them to announce they were going to do. So in 2015, they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake coming. Yeah, it took 5 years, and then we got the first game in the Final Fantasy Remake trilogy, so to speak. So
Right.
there's going to be 3 games that retells the story in a different, unique spin on the whole
Right.
thing.
Basically them taking
of
liberties,
the
yeah.
original game. Yeah. So the first game, Final
Where we
Fantasy
get
VII
to kiss
Remake,
Sephiroth.
Inner
came out
goddess
in
says,
2020. And Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is the second of the trilogy, is coming out in 2 weeks.
I see. So this is
Yeah.
like part 2 of the remake series, and the third part is
Yes.
still yet to
Yeah,
come. So it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
great time to jump in.
This is a solid effect because like what you can do is you can pick up a bundle for Rebirth that also includes Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh,
so you
right, great.
basically have them both immediately, so you can jump. Because I would recommend, like, you can jump into Rebirth and go from there. There's like a recap and stuff at the beginning, but I would highly recommend you play Remake.
Right, okay.
It's
Oh,
You're just doing
yeah.
yourself a disservice if you don't play the first one. That's
I
all
think
it
so.
is.
Yeah,
Like you
absolutely.
could do it, but you're just doing
Yeah.
yourself. You're not putting your best foot forward. Is all it is.
It's not like a super,
so yeah,
long
also,
game
That
either.
explains
So
that.
So, like you said, like the remakes are a trilogy of games. Originally, the first Final Fantasy VII was on 3 discs, so people were
discs.
assuming
Ah.
go before like remake even happened. Oh, it's going to be per disc. Each game is going to be per disc.
yeah, that
But
was that was
leaving
assumption. Yeah.
Midgar in the original game was less than half of the first disc.
Yeah.
Really?
Midgar is
yeah.
the
The first disc
minuscule.
went on and on and on.
Yeah, yeah. I think I was amazed when I played the remake just how much they. I don't want to say dragged because that makes it sound like a bad thing. They
Expanded.
Fleshed out.
expanded Midgar. I think because Midgar, I think, is like a very iconic place in the Final Fantasy universe that I'm actually glad that they fleshed out a lot more because it's a crazy place. It's this huge city with so many different
Or is this the circular city?
With 2 levels.
Yeah.
the
Yes,
2
yes,
levels
Circular
and the
City with
different
sectors,
divisions
yeah.
and the sectors. That's the one, sectors, and like so many different characters, so much going on. But then isn't it just like nuts that you made a whole game just in this one city when we
Yeah.
all know, well, those that haven't played it, obviously minus those guys, we all know how much more there is to the game. It's actually
yeah.
so exciting. Like I'm actually like so hyped just to see how they flesh out other places and whether
have
they
they
do
added
or,
stuff?
and added stuff
Yeah,
because
they've
why
added
not?
a lot
So
of
they've
stuff.
added new content.
During the original Final Fantasy VII, you could, I think an experienced player can get out of Midgar in like 3-4 hours, but like a newbie player would maybe out in 8 or something. Like it,
Right.
Yeah.
rough numbers here,
Yeah.
you know. And then you
Especially
had the
that
rest of
tower
the
climb.
game, which was yeah. And then you had the rest of the game, which was huge, and like ultimately the game was quite long, doing everything. So then when they're beginning the remake, in the beginning they didn't say it's going to be a trilogy. They just said this is just going to be the first part. So everyone's like, okay, well, how long is this first part going to be? And they were like guessing up until listen to this and like, oh, maybe until the end of the disc in the original. No, it was just Midgar. And people are like, hold on a minute. If you're going to make a full 40-hour game of like the 5-hour start, how long is the series going to go? But they basically are expanding the stuff that matters, making it a big deal, and then sort of like carefully cutting and editing. So ultimately they want to plan it for a trilogy. And in my mind, I can sort of see roughly what bit's going to be in what bit. They have revealed
Yeah.
how far Rebirth is going to go. They just said like aiming towards the Forgotten Capital, which is roughly towards the end of the first disc. And then basically the third game will be disc 2 and 3, which sounds like a lot, but ultimately the third disc was just one dungeon.
Yeah, I was
So-
going to say disc 3 was basically just one expanded zone, honestly.
Yeah.
The thing is though, is
The
that
real reason
Each disc was so big, or each disc had so much on it, because you'd go back and you could go to every other place that you'd already visited through a disc 1 and disc 2. That's why disc 3 was already probably just as big. So
back in the days, these were CDs, so you had 650 megabytes per disc, right? And a lot of that was taken up by the videos, the full motion video, CGI cool videos. They were the ones that took up the most actual megabytes on the disc. So.
Considering that, we all do, like, we do Yogscast recordings in the morning. One of our recording sessions is probably 10 gigabytes. So,
yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? Just like how much has changed.
Is everyone happy with the expansion of the content? Is it like, wow, they really shouldn't mess with this? It's like, this is so precious to us. Like,
I mean,
how could they add another part to this quest?
I don't think they faulted.
No. Changed slightly.
Yes.
Like,
well, I mean, okay,
changed.
so this can get a little bit complicated, and I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm going to keep it sort of brief. So, yeah, you're right. Some people was like, I don't know why they did this. They expanded it way too much. I just want the original game, just faithfully, nothing added, just show it, new graphics, new gameplay, bam, bam, bam. That's what I want. And then when they didn't get that, they got upset because they didn't get what they wanted. And particularly, there's also some plot changes that happen every now and then. It's overall still telling the same story, but there's definite changes every now and then. And that also makes people frustrated because they were like, I was hoping for a remake. I just wanted my old game that I love so dearly, but new graphics and new gameplay. And then the story is different. So a lot of people, a lot is wrong, but some people were upset by that. So there is a difference to it for sure. And to go in exactly on it borders into spoiler territory exactly what's changed, but it is different.
But for the most part,
it's been sort of controversial for sure. I think like just the change,
the critics' reviews are high.
Success,
exactly,
success,
like it's an okay change. It distinguishes it from the originals. And just a reminder to all those people that you can always still play the original. It's been ported to PC. You can play any way you want. I think my only not my only hang up, but my main surprise was that I was really staggered that the first game, which is the only one we had, the first remake, was all in just Midgar. So I just thought, like, what? Well, now we have to wait how long until I can do any like cool stuff out in the world? I can't. I can't even get to see you for like however long, you know.
Like almost 4 years until this came out, you know. So it's like, because you play it and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to do this bit and this bit and this bit, and then you get the game finally, and it's like, oh, it's out. It's only Midgar.
Yeah,
I
know exactly.
And you have to wait for like three and a half year plus and finally get it. But
luckily we had the battle simulator in the town that we could go into, and you could that's where the replayability in the remake came from, is that you could do harder fights in there and take on bigger and bigger things.
Yeah,
they did that in 16 as well.
Yeah.
They did that in 16 as well.
I found that 16 is a lot like the remake. I think 16 is probably a lot like the remake, Mousie. I think so. You've probably already seen what it feels like to play the remake in terms of the gameplay and the terms of like the openness of it. Well, I say that, and I think actually 16 is even more open than 7 remake.
Yeah, definitely. It also is a little bit more action focused 16 than, not that this is an action focus, but this that has like the very core of like, you're still equipping materia, you're still selecting options in battle from your list and leveling up your materia and so on. Whereas 16 is more streamlined action and it works really well, but like this has a more still RPG roots type of thing. Well, of course, and we were all it's over in Midgar, but we did get the DLC, the Yuffie DLC. So we did get some more stuff, which is great.
Yeah, so it's
but there's been a long wait, and it's almost finally over, and I'm incredibly excited.
It is.
What do you think part 3 is going to be called? Someone in my chat asks.
I was going to say
then Rebirth. What will be part 3?
It'll be
I was going to say
Resurgence.
Revenge.
See, I was going to say Reunion because I think Reunion would have fit incredible.
Or Redemption.
Maybe. I was going to say Reunion for
classic.
Sure, but then they remastered Crisis Core and named that one Crisis Core Reunion. So now it's like, well, you already took Reunion, so now I don't know what's going to be.
Revengeance.
Reunion, when it comes to Final Fantasy VII, would actually be like the most apt to apply to it, really.
It would have, I think, if they hadn't named it for Crisis Core, that would have been 100%.
Revenge of the Kate Sith. Perfect.
I've got a question actually for the group as well. I've got a question for the group. Has anybody else watched Final Fantasy Advent Children, the movie?
I have.
Sorry, there's a movie?
Yeah, there's a
There's
movie.
Final Fantasy Advent Children.
And
which
all
takes
your
place
favorite
after Final
characters in
Fantasy VII
HD.
as well. Yeah, it was amazing.
Including Vincent.
But that had a lot of reunion
characters
sort
make
of aspects to it as well.
I don't remember anything about it.
Adventure. I
So-
mean, all you have to remember is there's a credible fight, there's a motorbike scene, because there's always a motorbike scene. Everybody in Final Fantasy VII loves a motorbike scene.
We get it. Breeh wants to ride a motorcycle. Like that, we get it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean? It's two wheels and
It's
it's
cool.
all
It's
you.
cool.
It's cool, man. Four
It's
wheels.
cool. It
on
has
like-
the music, and then they fight on the
Yeah.
motorbikes. It's like I think
is
that's like
very cool.
the most memorable
They
part
put
of the game.
materia in their arms because that's exactly how it works, and they put them in their chests and things like that because and then you can use magic. It's all good. It's all good stuff.
Whoa!
Yeah,
whoa.
after a while, Square sort of realized that, man, Final Fantasy VII is still so popular. We need to do more stuff about it. So they released a ton of stuff. There was a mobile game, and when I say mobile, I mean that was before smartphones. It was, I think, mostly just Japan only, but there was a game. There was a prequel game for the PlayStation Portable. There was a movie, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, and there was another game for the PlayStation later on called Dirge of Cerberus.
Crisis.
They were all called the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, which sort of spun off a lot of different elements and so on. Opinion on those vary a lot. How much people think, is it canon, is it not? Is it good, is it not? I'm generally not a huge fan of the compilation stuff. I want to stick to the main games. I think that's where
Yeah, I
the
feel
good
like that
stuff
about
is in
any
general.
franchise, to be honest. I'm not. I'm very like non-nerdy. I really want to play what is the most the most important, most what's the word? Essential.
Streamlined, most.
Yeah, like the essential, the
essential.
core parts of any franchise. That's what I want to be playing. And so any extras, I'm just like, my brain can't handle it. So the remake is perfect for that. And it's nice and modernized as well for those that don't
Is
like.
there a lore compendium in the game?
I think I don't actually know.
like a movie theater sort of thing.
No,
Like an
so
in-game, you can go up and look up terms and
so
stuff.
In Final Fantasy 16 and 14, there's a compendium that has consistently updated like lore. Like as you progress through the game, it adds lore to.
I think
Like-
there was. It sounds something.
I want to say
the
yes, but I
demo.
can't promise you.
It's done. The
Yeah.
demo is
Oh,
done.
it's done?
Downloading. It's happening.
Oh, you get to play it.
Oh.
Oh.
Do we want
So,
to?
Yeah, we're
for
gonna
those
make
that
Messi
don't
play it.
know.
We're gonna make
In
Messi play it
6
for us.
minutes, we will play it.
Okay,
That
yeah.
will be our first hour.
Yeah. Let's keep it directly on the hour. Why not? Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. With that, we can set up a little bit what the demo is going to be. Right after the team leaves Midgar, they sort of meet up in a small village called Calm, and that's when they ask Cloud, like, so Cloud, what's the deal with you and Sephiroth? And he's like, well, let me
He's
tell
hot.
you.
I want to kiss him.
Yeah, and that's what the demo is going
Oh,
to be.
shit.
Well,
Now-
Mousie's just spoiled it for me.
so the which is that flashback portion of the game, which you're about to play through, is incredibly
Hey, I have that motorcycle.
You talking about in 14, I assume, right?
Oh, that's Mousie's stream that's making those weird noises. Okay. I was wondering what the hell is going on.
I need to move us along so that we've
Yeah.
Well, there's always the
Yeah.
trailers that we could watch as well because the trailers come out for
You
it.
got some of those, so we could try to do that if we want to get that out of the way before we actually play. Sure.
that'd be cool.
Um,
How do I? Oh, I've got to connect to your PlayStation network. I can't just watch on Discord. Okay.
What?
Huh?
I'm watching on Discord, no
Mousie's streaming on
problem.
Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I click on a name and it's something else entirely. Watch stream. There we go. That works.
Click the watch stream button instead. Yeah.
There was hardly any work for soldiers back then, and what little there was boring as hell.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Mousie. What is Mousie watching? We can't be having that on right now, right?
Of a lifetime came up.
No, this is the start of the demo. I guess
This is the
Matsu
demo.
just went right into it. Okay. Hold on.
I was ready. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Final
we don't have
Fantasy
this
VII
set
Rebirth
up.
Playable demo.
Can you start this again?
I paused it. I also need to turn the audio up, so I'll just. Because I think I have my.
Yeah. So what the plan is, right? We're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch you play it for like what, 15, 30
Like
minutes,
20,
whatever it
25
is?
minutes or so, right? And then we'll talk for the rest of it. So.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to do this on the fly.
I know, same. I
hate doing things on
welcome
the
to our
fly.
extremely scuffed co-stream, everybody. Thank you all for bearing with us. We are professionals. We're gonna make Mousie.
We are professionals.
Okay,
Everybody knows
Bigger
how to
than everyone
use
else?
Streamlabs.
I think
Good
this
for me.
is proper now. Yeah. Okay. Let me turn off my own music playing then, and then
Same.
we can see if we can get Mousie's demo running.
Oh, I've been listening to the Final Fantasy VII OST though, and I've been enjoying that so much.
Alas, well, something I've noticed is that the game sound is a little quiet, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I turned it up.
Okay, wonderful. I might have to turn you guys down a tiny bit.
Oh, it doesn't want to be
Classic Discord.
maximized.
I've turned off my music also. Yeah, get your snacks. Get ready for some high-class gaming.
Tell me when.
Well, it just. Oh, okay.
I'm
There's
ready.
a photo mode!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, why did my stuff...
Mousie's excitement is a
never mind,
delight.
Never mind.
It's a delight.
Never mind. I'll hopefully try to fix it.
Why can't I
Do I
move?
have snacks?
There we
What
go.
do I have?
Okay.
We ready?
We've got it.
Well, I have
Yeah, I'm
snacks.
ready. I'm ready. I've got you up all as it should be. Ooh, that is loud.
It's really coming down, huh?
Who's that?
Hey, man.
That's a
Feeling
friend.
any better?
Attractive.
I'm good.
Hey, man.
Sure don't look it. Wish I could help, but never been motion sick. Sorry, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
God, he's just so charming, isn't he?
Ready to
Lolip?
do this?
No, you're so charming.
Well, he said he was nice. He said sorry.
Sorry, man.
There's this, there's this look that he gives to Jesse, is it? The one of the
Yeah, it is
sort-
Jesse.
God,
Yeah,
the
Jesse.
remote play is so crisp. What the hell?
it's-
I love that emote.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
There's a ton of those references.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Daddy!
No can do.
Oh
That he gives this look to Jesse at one point in the remake, and I
Say,
just die.
I'd like to be
I
briefed on the
just.
mission at some point. Because if it's another one of those Turks gigs, you can let me off right here.
really?
I am
Finally
looking
make
forward to a lot
first. What do
more
they do?
Reno in
Ceasefire
this
time.
in
Stealing my shot at
Rebirth.
glory.
Oh yeah.
I
I think
always
you're
like
gonna
Reno.
get some, maybe not a ton, but I think you're gonna get
Yeah.
I
some.
joined up so I could
Judging
be a
based on
hero,
the time it
like
is.
you.
Well, our mission is to serve
Okay, he's a
everyone.
hero.
Yes, here, man.
Hang on a second.
Another one of those Turks gigs.
His voice is so smooth.
Job's a
Yeah.
job, I guess. Where is it?
Nibelheim.
Oh,
Nibelheim? That's where I grew up.
Whoa.
Oh, what was that?
Whoa, what the hell?
That was noise.
What a
Yeah.
weird noise.
Yeah.
Just Discord, I imagine.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's just a Discord thing.
Oh,
There it is again.
Just ignore it. It's
Looks like
Discord.
deep sounds. Yeah, fair enough.
Quick, Rythian, what are they called? What are those enemies?
There are Gorons.
what is
Oh,
this
good
sound
stuff, good
issue?
You
stuff.
take one, I'll take the other.
Okay, yeah.
That's
This,
all
so I would maybe recommend watching this on Mousie stream. Like, I think like it's gonna be better quality for others. Come chat, still hang out and chat, but yeah,
It's
Mousie
quite
stream probably will have the
funny,
best
isn't
quality.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay. Yeah.
Why on earth? I've never seen this happen on Discord before.
Yeah.
It's a couple of days it's been doing it. I've noticed it a couple of days ago.
Just
Wait
on
in the
Discord,
truck.
or is it just Mousie?
I'm glad I brought
Yes,
snacks.
baby, you get to play as Sephiroth. You get to play as Sephiroth.
Oh
I'm
god,
just
I've never
looking at that
nerded out like this
triangle down
before.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Telfuric
God.
Fury.
Oh my god, look at him.
Oh.
It's so nice. I feel like us men lovers are being represented, okay?
Look, women want him and men want to be him,
I
okay?
want to be him. Yeah.
Men want him
exactly.
as well. Shut up. Men want him as well.
And women want to be him.
He's in a different league from the rest of us.
He is.
God, that was
God, I wish I
brief,
was in that
wasn't it?
league.
God. That might be the only moment you get to play it.
Oh,
Listen, I don't want to spoil or anything, but no, there's more coming up in
Look.
this demo.
That's who I'm dressed up as. Not in that outfit, but
Oh, there's the good boy as well, Red 13.
Red 13, what a
I
lad.
love Red 13.
Yeah, he's the best.
Desperate. The villagers tried to take care of the monsters themselves, but it was no good. Ended up calling Shinra. So the
I wonder if this is like the very, 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 very start of the game.
they had.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
Or if it's an hour or two in.
the game literally ended with you leaving Midgar. I think.
Yeah,
there
but
was
they're in
probably,
calm
like-
already in the inn.
Yeah, but I mean, you literally just walk 5 minutes, if even that, and then you're in calm. So I would say this is extremely early on in Rebirth.
I see.
Yeah.
We're like cutting back and forth between the two time periods.
Yeah, because this
Yeah.
all is Cloud telling the rest
Cloud
of the
is
party
reciting his
what
mission
the deal
with
is.
Sephiroth.
Yeah.
I have no home, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, he's so edgy. Let me
Poor guy.
kiss you.
Right?
Oh my god, look at him. He's so
Do you?
Nova.
Do you, Sephiroth? Do you have parents?
Shortly after I was born.
Well,
Father.
he's got a mom apparently.
Denova? Like from the Shinra building?
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm getting to that.
That's cute.
Yeah, I like that bit as well.
I mean, that's cute too, as well.
About this.
His dad's a comedian.
I love how he just has exposed chest, like completely unnecessarily so,
Oh,
but
yeah.
just exposed chest.
Look, he's got
God.
2 leather straps on it, okay? It's fine.
Howdy, Xander.
Greet you myself.
Oh, the mayor! He's not the best.
Yeah,
Please,
I like his beard.
follow me.
There's so much I don't remember as well because I only played the original once, and I want to say 22 or something when I played it. So it was a long time ago. I mean, I'm 31 now, so I really need to get back into it and read because all of the stuff in Nibelheim and basically all the mid-game stuff is all just woof. Can't remember any of it pretty much. I have to like go. What's going on, David? What's going on?
Playable.
Thing is that I've always quite enjoyed like the speedrunning community when it comes to Final Fantasies, and I've looked at Final Fantasy VII speedrun as well. But the issue with Final Fantasy VII is that you have to do like a step count, making sure that you run into monsters at the right time.
I know.
really?
That's too much, my little tiny peanut brain, to do that.
Yeah, this is so much hassle. Like, what's the Pokemon problem, right? You just have to like run around in a circle. Are we doing
Level
photo mode?
40? He's
Oh my
level
God.
40 already?
Yeah, you're level
Jeez.
40 as a kid, which is mad. Because I
Jeez.
think in the original,
Wow.
like, level 10 or something.
You'd finish the game before you being level 40 sometimes.
Yeah,
Kill
well.
those 2 Lalafels next to you.
You mean the children?
Okay.
Are we doing a
Picture
photo?
mode, man. It's photo mode. You gotta do photo mode. Get a good picture of his sword as well. Get a good pic. Let's see the Buster Sword up close and personal. Oh, he's got 2 green materia in there. What's that? Lightning?
Look at his
Pure?
triceps. Sorry, what?
Gee, you're right. Actually, yeah.
I think the Buster Sword always has 2, but like it functionally has room for more eventually. So,
Yeah.
It's funny how like
But they're 2 green ones, so he's using elemental
So
attack.
yeah, materia. The difference between materia in Final Fantasy XIV versus Final Fantasy VII is that in Final Fantasy XIV they're just stats, like you equip crit materia or tenacity materia or spell speed materia. This one materia is basically if you don't have any materia equipped, you can, or at least in the original, if you have no materia equipped, all you can do is attack and limit break. And when I say limit break, each character has 7 different limit breaks. So there's at least
Yeah.
but
yeah.
But in this one, you have a little bit more you can do, but it's basically, if you want to cast spells, if you want to do special commands and stuff, you need materia, either in your armor or in your weapon.
Right.
It's interesting how like each character also has like special other weapons. So you start with the Buster Sword as Cloud, but as you progress through the game, you find other weapons, and you could very, very easily just end the game never ever touching the Buster Sword again. You could be using some other sword because they have more slots, or
Like
they just
the,
have different,
yeah,
different
yeah,
attributes.
Yeah.
Like the
Unfortunately, you
bat
never got
with
to, like,
a
upgrade the
spiked
Buster Sword
nail in it.
instead.
So.
Yeah. Well, Barrett always used to have like the most fun weapons as well, because it'd be a machine gun, then it'd be a grenade launcher, then it'd be an actual fist on a chain.
Let's freaking go!
So we're all
Yes,
just
ma'am.
oh my god, look at that! It's such a brightly coloured sandwich as well.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get a second sandwich?
I mean, why not,
sandwich
right?
hype.
Also, that was one piece of bread folded over. That wasn't like a sandwich halved or anything.
You remember these pork sandwiches?
Yes,
Oh,
we
my
love
sandwich.
God, yeah!
Let's
How
get
many
it.
sandwiches can I take?
Just keep going. Just keep
oh my
going.
God. Oh, he just
Wait, is that
Stuffed
sandwich
it
in a
right
wrapper?
down.
You must be so proud.
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Feel
What's the demo
stuffed.
limit of sandwiches?
Take care of yourself.
Oh no, you can't have any
You
more
feel
sandwiches.
Mousie, you feel stuffed.
Oh, third sandwich, baby.
Let's go!
Mousy, you feel stuffed. Come on.
There's always
He's
room for
gonna
one more
explode.
sandwich.
Yeah. So now
Okay.
you will not have room.
room for sandwich.
Why? That's
I want-
that's
One
just-
more sandwich. One more sandwich.
I want now. Then Cloud
Weird
runs around. He should
mechanic.
run much slower. He's gonna be like, whoa, as he runs
You don't
around.
want to keep your mother waiting, do you?
Wait,
Ah,
what
we
if,
can only
what
have
if during
3.
supper time there was like a very important conversation, but now you're skipping supper?
Oh, look at that water tower. Do you recognize the water tower from lots of promotional material?
Lots of promotional materials.
Yeah, it's a. This is
Looks like a
Cloud's
good place to have a
hometown.
conversation or two, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe when it's nighttime.
Ooh.
Maybe when you're talking about your dreams for the future.
Yeah, with your special somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yum. Oh, we're going up here. Let's go. Oh,
Well, that's some interesting looking mountains in the background there as well.
wow. Yeah.
Mount Nibel,
I don't
which is
know.
why you have Nibelheim.
Nostalgic, I guess.
Yep.
What's the
Well
what's
done.
the monster in there? That is it drops Tetra Magic, right? That spiky
The Materia
four-legged
Guardian.
thing? Materia Guardian, that's it, yeah.
I think Materia
God, I hated that
Keeper
fight.
in one of them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, what a hard fight that was.
Is that like
That's
in
gonna
the
be fun
third
to run
one? Is that
into
the
this.
third game? Do you think? That
Try to
fight.
sneak in, look them through the windows. What the heck?
What, Mount
No,
Nebel? I reckon
no,
Mount
that'll-
Nebel should
that'll
be
be in this game.
second.
Peeping Tom.
Yeah.
You reckon?
That'll be in Rebirth. Yeah.
Look at him just
Judging
sitting there.
from, they basically said like
He's like,
this is
"I'm
going to
so
go up until
full from the
where
sandwich."
disc 2 ended in.
Oh God, I'm stuffed.
Really?
Oh, no, sorry, disc 1 ended. Sorry, disc 1 ended.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make any trouble for Sephiroth.
He had to take a little sit down.
Oh,
'cause
that's a
he had a
shame.
little
That's a shame,
sketch.
Rythian, because I want to see the temple,
Yeah. Yeah.
the wall monster.
No, that's in disc 1. That's in disc 1.
That is it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I must misremember where this one ended.
Yeah. Disc 1 ends at the end of the Forgotten Capital, which I can tell you events.
Sephiroth.
Yeah, so Sephiroth is like the biggest superstar ever, like the most famous soldier. Everyone loves him.
Yeah.
So then Cloud is back, and everyone's
As
like,
they
"Yeah, that's
should.
nice and all, but where's Sephiroth?" You know. He doesn't even.
You've got a new quest now. Find somewhere to vomit after
Yes.
all the bread.
Oh,
do
this
it,
is
Mousy.
cool.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Then go upstairs.
Oh, trust.
Oh my
And then there's going to be a
God.
cupboard or a chest of drawers that you want to go through.
No. Oh my God, I completely.
No,
I'm going
do
to
it.
block this out.
Absolutely do it. Yeah.
All right, Mousie, are you getting into? You're going to get into trouble.
You want to specifically find Tifa's bedroom.
This is their parents' room. Yeah, but there's loots
Ooh.
in the chest.
Oh, hello.
You stole my father's prized sword?
Such robbery.
Yes.
No,
Oh, it's just
ether.
Esther. It's just bottle of ether or whatever. Esther's flask. I kept thinking ether.
For me, it was always Ether, because I didn't know English.
Ether.
You went into my room?
I did. He
There we
said
go.
he's so reserved.
Went through
And I just went to look through your cupboard. No big deal.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
He
did.
did.
Okay.
It's like, oh God, girly things. Oh, I can't compare to the size of that.
You asshole!
What about the drawers? Oh my God,
That's
can you go in the
good.
drawers?
Yeah, the drawers next
Oh my
to the
God.
cupboard.
Oh my God.
Oh, the piano. Yeah.
Oh.
Guess what? Piano mini game.
Really play it?
Are there any sandwiches
it's
in these
good.
drawers?
Play it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
dude.
cool.
Go to town on
This
it.
is so fun.
We
I
all
took
learn
many
that Cloud
tries.
can't play piano. He just goes do 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 do.
Well, it depends on how good Mousie is at playing the piano.
Do,
So here we
do,
go.
do, 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 do. Have fun, Mousie.
This looks really complicated.
that
Holy
face.
word.
It is. It is. It's a fun rhythm mini game.
Oh God.
It took me a couple of tries, but eventually I 100%ed the song. So
Fair
it's
enough.
good.
Fair
it's good.
enough.
Is it the main theme?
hell?
Press the big
No,
PlayStation
it's just
button to
it's just
pick the
Tifa's theme
piece.
for now. But in the full game, there's going to be tons of songs. On it.
Oh, okay.
So press the
Press
pad in the
the big
middle,
button.
and then select that one to play.
Performance
I have
time,
no
2.5
idea what
minutes.
this is.
You're
So
gonna
you
nail
play
it,
with the
Mousy.
I'm sure
analog
you-
sticks by
You're a
moving
gamer.
them in
I'm sure you work
directions.
it out.
Yeah, Mousie pro gamer for sure.
Right, here she goes. Take it away, Mousie.
What am I meant to do?
You move the analog sticks when it reaches the edge.
Left and right sticks.
Yeah, the
Oh,
right
when
stick
it
is
reaches
the
the
main one.
edge.
Yeah. No, the right analog stick. You keep
right
moving the
stick,
left one. You're
Mousie.
supposed to move the right one.
Oh.
There we go.
Every time you fail, Discord turns it into a fart
Make
noise.
the Discord
It's
sound. Yeah,
amazing.
it's just fart noises. Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
we're
I
getting
hear
there.
some music.
This is definitely
She's
Tifa's
doing
theme.
it. It's happening.
Oof. The Discord sound effects.
It's bad.
I'm trying my best.
It's like Tifa just comes like into this room and goes, why does this place smell like eggs?
Oh boy. Honestly, it's all the sandwiches. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's all the
He's feeling too
sandwich.
stuffed to properly move his hands.
It's
They're covered in
bread
butter.
parts.
I'm trying my best.
I like this minigame actually.
It's fun.
It's interesting, very interesting.
This is hard.
I refuse to leave until I 100%ed it. It was fun as hell.
Do you know
But
games
it
like
took me
this?
tries too.
My
Don't worry,
husband
it's
would get
not
me to
easy.
do all the rhythm games in this game because he'd just be like, oh, because he would try his best and then he'd be like, can you do it? Like, you know,
The funniest thing is, though,
Tifa lifting game,
that-
for example.
this is now going to lead to every time you go into a new town, and it's like, where's the pianos? Where's the pianos? Any pianos?
Yeah.
Where's the pianos? Any
Yeah.
pianos?
Can't wait to fart in this room too.
Yeah. Either that, or you just pick up these like sheets of music, and then every time it's like, okay, time to go back to Nibelheim to play. You know, that's everything.
Tifa, let me in your room. You got
Yeah,
a piano.
yeah.
I found a new sheet.
She's a little directionally challenged. I
So
swear to
Lapa.
God.
surely there's going to be a musical
Music
square.
Beautiful
Well, you know,
music.
C is passing.
That's good.
C for
Yeah,
Yeah,
cloud.
well, to be
Cloud.
fair, you get C with 0 and above. So yeah,
Okay.
you got C. No,
Um,
it's first
you
try.
didn't have
It's
to
not-
tell
Surely
me.
now.
Really?
You didn't
so
have
there's
to
gonna be-
tell me.
You're so
I'm sorry,
good,
it is on
Mousy.
screen. I'm
C is
sorry,
a
it is on
pass.
screen. So.
So there's
Yeah.
going to be the golden saucer, obviously. So surely there's going to be
Yeah.
the music square to go to, or the dance
Oh, that'd
square.
be
That's going to be
cool.
all about this, isn't it?
Golden Saucer is going to be so fun.
I can't wait. I always love the
Encore.
golden
I can't
saucer.
wait to take Aerith on a date.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Tifa
the
for
worst choice, Lola.
Tifa for
No,
life.
no. Everyone just likes
Barrett.
Tifa
It's
because
all
she's got
about
big
Barrett.
boobs. Oh, I wish, right?
No,
yeah.
Barrett.
Barrett
Take
bro
Barrett on a
date.
date.
Where'd you learn to do that? Hey,
What about
we gotta play
Sephiroth?
for us sometime?
No,
Yeah,
at that
if I
point,
had the
Sephiroth's
option,
not going
yeah.
to be chill for a date anymore.
I can't take the cowboy hat? Lame.
Sadly, no.
Unfortunately, no.
You'll ruin your
That's
hair.
Tifa's.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you
Mr.
have very
Bitsy Cabinet.
specifically sorted spikes that we ruined with a cowboy hat. So
Did you know? Oh, Mousie and Nilesy, did you know that you can have in the first game you dress up you dress up as Cloud? Well,
Yes.
Cloud dresses up in a dress and he has little braids and everything. It's really cute.
Oh wow,
it's very nice. Yeah.
sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Sounds
a very
just like
iconic
Final Fantasy
scene.
14.
You essentially have to go. You essentially have to go to a mansion where a guy just like. Well, it's like a sex slave mansion. It's pretty. It's pretty weird actually.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you should just play it. It's all levels of
I
fucked
feel like
up.
I mean,
Lolip.
you can read into that. I guess I don't think it's quite as blatant,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah,
She
it's
was
like
always disappearing. And
yeah,
that
he's
day
looking
was
for
no
brides,
different.
is what he says. So
Yeah,
yeah,
brides.
he's like this.
Step in the
This
cat food as
Brides
well.
per night.
Yeah, he
cat.
just stepped in the
Yeah.
cat
You
food.
just follow his foot in it. It's like, oh, Fluffy's not here anymore. Bleh.
Yeah.
Find the cat.
I'm so
There
glad
are
you found
tons of
Tifa's
cats
house.
yeah. There's a lot of cats around here somewhere.
They
We
don't
have to
stop
find
at
it for
my mom's.
Nilesy.
Not that it matters.
Sure it does. I know I want to hear what happened.
Me too. Yeah. Go on.
Oh, for once it defaulted to the no option.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because Cloud doesn't really want to talk about it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's cool.
My
It's a little
dad
thing you
died
noticed.
when I was a kid. So after I left for Midgar, she was on her own. It was the first time we'd seen each other in 2 years.
Oh no, gonna have to look at PS5 prices.
I'm sorry, Breeh. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
gotta, you gotta. It's.
Yoshi's gonna send them to us. We're all gonna get one.
I had such a joy explosion when I played the demo. You have to. It's so good.
Just this alone, the Nibelheim is
Yeah.
everything.
Hey, hey, mom.
Come home.
Hey.
Come in. Let me get a good look at you. My.
Do you know all I know about the Cloud voice actor? I know the voice actor because sorry, the noises. the
Oh, what happened
the
there?
Cloud voice actor is like the bratty brother of a character in Pretty Little Liars. That's all I know about him.
Not really.
Which is like a really cringy CW teen girl show.
Temptations.
I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I mean, not a
Wants
girl,
to be
but
careful for
several.
them.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow.
Like
and
Aerith,
tell you
because
when you're
Aerith is
being a
1 year
silly
older than
goose.
Cloud. Tifa's 1 year younger than Cloud.
That's the
there you
perfect
go,
type for
see.
you, I'd say.
So there you go.
Oh my god.
They are feeding you properly, aren't they?
This is getting.
Oh, Cloud. But you know,
We should be taking
Cloud.
this seriously, but it's hard.
Wouldn't you agree, Cloud?
So the mother's really annoying then, is that what we're saying here?
No, the mother is really nice and cares a lot, but
Okay.
yeah,
That's enough.
Cloud's.
It's
There's something
overbearing.
weird with how Cloud
Overbearing.
remembers the whole thing. Well, more so like she cares a lot, and he's been away, and he's a little bit.
We should stick with
He's
everything.
gone
'cause
through a
she-
lot.
Yeah. No, it's
We had our
alright.
reasons.
Trust me, I don't want to spoil anything, so don't worry about it.
Our reasons.
If anything, I made it worse.
That most of us have to do with
Ah, Shinra's here, I see. Thank you for coming.
You're Shinra? Shinra?
Oh, whoops. I didn't recognize
Kids.
you, Cloud. How you've grown.
She
You can go in
sounded,
that
she sounded
door?
really excited when she said that. How you've grown.
I gotta catch a glimpse of Sephiroth.
Me too.
We're terrible, aren't we? We're so thirsty, Mousie. It's just like, I mean, you know, everyone. I'm so used to hearing everyone gush
Have
about
you
Tifa.
seen him?
I mean, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, but it's nice to be like, okay, cool. Like, I don't have to hear endlessly about how Tifa's perfect, a perfect woman. It's like, well, luckily
I mean,
we have.
neither
Cloud.
one of us guys have mentioned anything. It's just been you
No.
two.
I
Yes,
just mean in,
I-
no,
I
I
think
just mean in
Sephiroth
It's
general.
been
I just mean in
non-stop
general.
separate, and we've all kept pretty quiet, honestly.
Yeah.
No.
But, like,
I just mean
Sephiroth
like
is,
everyone
the most
else in the
coolest
world.
person in the entire world. That's the thing, though. Like everybody wanted to, like, you know, have like, oh, I want the trench coat, I want the long ass sword, I want the flowing hair.
Daddy.
What you looking at?
I want to be the strong, silent type.
Oh, yeah, I mean, come on.
This landscape.
Who doesn't want to be Sephiroth?
I could swear I've seen it before.
You okay?
Big day tomorrow. We'll be leaving bright and early.
Oh, and those eyes too. Could get lost in those pools.
All right. Will do.
Night.
They really toned down Cloud's hair, didn't they? Really thinking about it.
Well, because think about it, he was basically 5 polygons big back in the day. So
Yeah.
they can make it look a little bit more realistic now. It's still spiky, but it's not that ridiculous.
Yeah, it was just a bad
One
angle there when I
major,
saw- when I
2
saw
to the
that.
side type of thing, you know?
Was pretty much the same for me.
Why?
Yeah, I was surprised too.
You know what happened the last time she went up there.
That was years ago, Brian.
So cool.
Old enough to
It is.
Why am I losing it?
No, dude, I was the same. When I played the demo, I was giddy. Just giddy. Oh man.
It is really magical, isn't it?
This, I don't know. It's just something special. Because I didn't use, like I mentioned, I didn't used to call Final Fantasy VII my favorite. I was like, oh, for that one and that one, but I don't know, man. Going back to it, it's...
Tifa!
Oh my god, look at this outfit.
Yeah.
This is why you can take the cowboy hat, by the way.
Yeah, this is why you don't get to take the cowboy hats, because she needs it.
I'll be fine.
Good morning, sir. I'll be your guide for the day.
Tifa? You're our guide?
I sure am. You can ask anyone around here. I'm the best there is.
Young Tifa.
Not if you remember to do your job, she won't. Come on.
So how long ago was this? Because they look the same.
This is like 5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not
I think
talking like
Cloud
teenagers
is...
and adults. It is only like a little bit beforehand.
Yeah. So I think at this point on, they're like 16, 17, and then in the main game, they're like 21, 22-ish.
Right.
Come on. Where's the harm in that?
But yeah, like there's not a ton of differences. I think there's a little bit of difference.
He's
in Cloud's
camera
model and
shy. Leave
Tifa's,
the
but
man alone.
It's like, I don't like my photo taken.
No, I get it.
No, it's more the fact that he won't show up on the camera phone. That's what it is.
Oh, he's a vampire.
Thanks.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Oh my god, look at him.
Ah.
Look. That was like, photo mode.
Breeh would also work though, because you get the same ee. So yeah, it's like.
Do you think Sephiroth likes hugs, or do you think he's a shy type?
Gouda, yeah. Silas won't let me say Gouda anymore.
It's pronounced Gouda.
Gouda. All right.
Press
Actual
R2
playtime.
to sprint until you stop moving or running out of.
We can sneak in a little bit of playtime before we go have a chat about what we've seen.
Yeah. Because the thing is, that was all for just the real hardcore nerds.
Yeah.
But here you go. Here's your gameplay too.
Yeah, you actually get to play the game. Yes, yeah.
Nice. Box annihilated.
Yeah, that box
You
is
did
gone.
it.
Where was the yellow stripe on it? That was weird.
Wait, you didn't
How'd
kill
you know
that
he
box,
could
did you?
break
That
it
was a lore box.
Mousie's
Oh,
not.
no.
Mousie's not trying to play at this
Oh,
point.
no, bad ending confirmed. You killed the box.
The box is gone.
That box had Sephiroth's periods in it. No!
No.
I hope that mega
was my
potion was
child's
worth
dog.
it.
Actually, can you check what spells you got there, Mousie?
Oh.
Cure.
Just
Oh,
cure
it's
for now.
he's got 2 cure materials. Ooh. Actually, I guess you can't use offensive magic right now.
Yeah, I think you can only use cure right now. So
Yeah,
we'll see
that's
what you
fine.
make
That's
about
fine.
But our reactor's the first of its kind. It really
Also, by the way, he's level 40, but he hasn't got cure 2. This guy just managed to slap in a new brand.
He's leveling up a new materia, okay? Like he's already mastered a couple. He's just AP grinding right
This is
now.
the second cure. Yeah, the other cure's on the other character.
All I can think of what's going through Niles's head is, or is not listening to all the nonsense that we're
Those two?
going
Oh
on
no, no,
about.
I'm used to filtering that out.
Holy
There you go.
shit. Excuse me? Hold on. Sorry.
Is it photo mode?
Yeah.
Oh, look at all that
Oh, that's a
fog.
nice one.
It is nice.
That looks really cool.
Oh, it looks like there's some kind of structure in the inside of the mountain there.
Yeah, that's the reactor, right?
Well, we are going to the reactor, so. Okay, Mousie. Okay. Okay.
Look at the view. Zooms in on Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Messie's never going to get through this game. He's just going to be
No.
next to Sephiroth the entire time.
Yeah.
I'd be the same. It's all good. Gotta make the most of it. Look at his hair. It's all like hair physics. Can we just appreciate that Final Fantasy like really innovated hair physics over the years? You know, they're always the games to look for if you want like crisp, perfect hair physics.
Oh, look at the deer! How can they jump like that?
Chop them. Chop
Deers
them.
Because
I don't
they're
think you
deer.
can catch them. Basically, the
Can't
game
catch
doesn't really
them.
want you to not follow Tifa, so you start walking every
But they
time.
gave deer to follow. Why would they do it? It's a deer puzzle.
I don't think
deer
it's a deer puzzle.
Everything okay? Not going
Wait,
too
that's an
fast for
elk.
you, am
We
I?
figured it out. The odd one out.
We're just trying to pace ourselves is all.
I guess this might actually be like the very first opening part of the actual game itself, because I mean, there's credits.
Looking at if you see the credits start rolling now,
Close
could
to
just be a
Not with
demo
all the
thing, but
training I've had.
I think this is the start of the game basically.
Guess you really are the best there is.
It also just looks really pretty. I think this is like a really pretty game. Although it has like that kind of like muddy vibe of this particular kind of weather and lighting
It's
style.
Final Fantasy 16 vibes.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
bit, at least.
But also, like, I think Final Fantasy VII is like generally kind of a gloomy game anyway, until you get to the open world.
It depends.
It's this
Depends on
specific
the area
area, though. This is mountains into
Final
Nibelheim.
Fantasy
It's always
16
going
in
to be
general is a
dark and
very
gritty.
sad, depressing game.
Like, because that's why I was like hoping that you'd actually get to walk from Midgar to Calm, because around Midgar is quite a grungy industrial wasteland area, leading up to it like grasslands of Calm and the Chocobo Farm and things like that.
Seen those near the
And then the
village, and they're
Jormungandr.
not
Is that how I say it, Rythian?
Jormungandr. But what you mean is the
Jormungandr.
Midgar Zolom, aka Midgar Stormer, which is what the name of that
Copy
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Read me the dictionary, Sephiroth.
It's cloud fight time.
Holding buttons will allow you to follow up with a sweeping slam.
Button mash. That's all I do in this game.
Yeah. Just
Button mash and occasionally
L1.
press something else.
So see in the bottom right, you have your little meter. So you get
Oh my
got
god,
to
yeah.
2
Here
ATB.
come the noises again.
Once you have 1 ATB, you can now spend
staggers!
that by going into your commands menu.
Try
Spend your
some
ATB.
triangle, Mousie.
You're done. See ya.
Here, guys.
Amen.
I did it!
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
cool.
This is how it's going to be. There doesn't seem much point in me fighting.
No, don't say that,
You
Sephiroth.
tease, Sephiroth, you tease. He
Don't mind if I do.
yeah. He joins you later if you want to continue that far, but yeah. He just chills for a bit for now. So it's all the Cloud show at this point.
Dun dun dun. Bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
So what do you think, Nilesy, about like the openness of like the combat is still clearly a corridor, but like
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy 16, which I like.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
The main thing is like once you build
Very
up,
pretty.
yeah, it's gorgeous. I think once you build up the ATB, you can then spend that. So if you press cross, you can then spend it on spells and stuff.
I love a good
Or
button
and your
mash.
special abilities.
Fight game. Reminds me of
And I do
Darksiders
love this like
as well.
super,
Piece of cake.
the super slowed down when you're in the menus and picking. It's gorgeous as well.
yeah, it looks really really pretty. Like with all the sparks flying, looks so cool.
Yeah.
It's very, I think it's like
Yeah.
very not specific. It's very. It's made the game kind of iconic in that way. You know, not iconic. It's a style. It's a nice style.
Yeah, stylistic. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop that bridge, man.
Is that Mako?
Yeah, just whilst everyone's walking over it, just chop down the bridge. Game over. We win.
Oh, this is
What are we
this is the
doing here anymore?
this is the result of his sandwich farts.
Go, Tifa, go!
Damn!
Oh
Using
yeah.
kicks.
Me!
Tifa's wild. She's
martial
everyone's
artist.
using giant weapons and guns, and Tifa's just like, I got my hands.
Just you watch.
She
She's a
just
martial
punches
artist.
things.
She's kick-ass.
Surely that's a piece of materia there in the pipe.
Oh, I mean,
maybe.
If it's just, maybe not, but there could be.
Oh,
Well, in the
ouchies.
original, right? There'll be the fountain
here.
zone.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh man, there you go.
So the gameplay is basically like
Nice.
you attack, build up the stagger meter. Then once they're staggered, you can do extra damage.
You do extra
Very
Certain
simple.
abilities.
Very
So it
simple.
starts
I
with like
did
160% damage buff. Certain
Like
abilities will
Monster.
increase that 160% more. Certain abilities will increase the stagger more fast, and so on. So it's a
Yes,
whole
I
thing.
definitely understood everything you
Yeah.
just said.
The only thing you
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
know,
yeah,
Malfi,
You'll
is that
learn as you go.
eventually
You'll
you'll
learn as
have
you go.
teams. You'll have teams, and you'll be able to switch between the characters mid-fight. That's something that'll be really exciting. So you'll be like, oh, I'm going to switch to Tifa now and get her to use this ability or whatever. But there's like a very that pause menu is what makes it much easier to be like, okay, oh, Cloud's
Yeah.
about to die, better switch to Aerith and then heal him or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want one person to soften them up to make sure that your big attacks are going to do even more damage because they're going to be bigger and bigger and bigger multiplied.
Yeah, for sure.
It's okay.
We have
it'll
played
become
for
more
about
obvious
half
as you
an hour
play.
though, so let's make this the last fight, and then we can chat a little bit about what we
Okay.
saw.
Yeah, use
Good
triangle
shout.
from now on, Mousie. Use triangle around the square.
Let's finish this. See ya.
She
Triangle,
wants to
Mousie.
use square,
Triangle.
okay?
Use triangle.
Leave him alone, he's cute.
No, she wasn't triangle. She was in Punisher mode.
I was.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you said to operate at that point. Yes. Okay.
Oh no.
Sorry, my bad.
They're
My bad.
different fight styles, but for the most
actually,
part, it's the first
right.
few fights you could just button mash, no probs.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can, yeah.
Absolutely.
I just want to see him do things.
Bro! Sephiroth!
Unnamed Man 2! No!
Sephiroth.
Trooper B! You heroic man, Trooper B.
Thank you.
Sephiroth!
Boom, boom.
Use some of your abilities in your command menu.
What?
So click that and then yeah, Braver,
Oh,
triple
yeah.
slap.
Focused thrust.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's whenever you build up your ATB, it's best to spend it as soon as possible because they're strong abilities.
Oh my god, wrong one.
I
He
dodged.
dodged it.
Feels bad, man.
This guy's
So
too
now
good.
you need to build up your ATB again by attacking, basically. By landing hits and blocking stuff, you build up your
Ooh,
ATB.
hang on.
That blue
Limit
bar in
break's
the
nearly
bottom
ready.
right. Just FYI.
And you okay. Oh,
Okay,
limit
you got
break.
limit.
Limit.
Yeah.
No, go back.
Mousie, go.
No, go back.
Yeah. Alright, limit. Here we go. Cross slash.
Here goes.
So many
Sounds-
that's
thoughts.
what we
So
like
many
to see.
parts. It was excellent.
Okay. Alright, on that note, I think it's good to
Yeah.
be done with that one.
Oh,
Go
I
back
bet
to
you're
normal.
jealous, Dalsy.
But
You don't
there's
get to try
more to
yourself
come.
till later.
More to come.
Hold on. I gotta get my.
I'm gonna have to buy a PlayStation 5.
Yes, yes,
I
you
know.
do.
Lend me his.
I think I'm gonna
get it
It's
on
huge
the
effort to bring out the
business.
wires.
I believe in Squeenix. They're going to send through some PS5s for us.
You reckon?
I also believe in
Top,
Squeenix.
top crew.
Tough crew.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good lads. Good lads.
If we're lucky, yeah. We're lucky.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
so like
yeah,
that's
PS5, I
basically
know,
the
I know.
gameplay of the thing. You play as either Cloud or other people in the party, and they have confirmed that once you've beaten the game and you can play like not technically New Gear Plus, but like back to chapter select and stuff, you can play in a party without Cloud. So you can have a party of like Aerith, Tifa, and Barrett without Cloud in it and stuff if you want to.
Really?
Why would you?
Yeah.
But, you know.
Thing.
Yeah, so like so in the base game when you're going through it the first time, you play as Cloud. Cloud is the main character of the game. You have him, but in battles you can, if you want to control Aerith more, you can, and so on. But once you play the game through once, you will be able to set up combat parties of people without.
But
Cloud.
honestly, in Final Fantasy VII Remake, I would actually use Tifa a lot more because Tifa had like the most strongest attacks, the best attacks, and she
Tifa hit hardest.
like,
every enemy
overpowered.
mincemeat.
Yeah,
she was
she
so
was
concentrated,
the strongest one, and arguably also one of the most fun to play. So, what I often did was like I played Cloud and Barrett a bit to build up their ATB, because their ATB builds up much faster when you're controlling them yourself. Then I sort of swapped to Tifa, and then when the enemy gets into stagger mode, I activate the AB attacks on both Cloud and Barrett, and then unleash with Tifa to get the max damage. That
But
works
does it
really
change
well.
the story having like different people in your party?
No, so it will be stuff
They're
like
all
okay,
thematically
in this-
there.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay.
So in this
Yeah.
this
Just
one
so
is
you
like
can fight within combat and things like that.
Yeah. So like in
Right.
this one, there's only Cloud and Sephiroth in the party. Tifa is just a guest character at this point. So those are the ones you play as. And previously it's like, oh, right now it's Cloud and Barrett going. Later on it's maybe Cloud and Tifa. But yeah, so once you do like chapter select, which is like free mode at that point, you can just swap around just for funsies.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically they're all there. They're just like off screen doing something else or whatever. But and then the three of you are walking around doing whatever. But they're all
they
there.
have
They're all
though.
chatting away, and
They have that classic thing like, we should split up, make for a less larger crew. It's like, come on, man. We could just go all 9 if we want, but
now you
fine, I
have
guess
to
we're
use
3.
Kate Sith. Now you have to use Barrett. Now you have to
Yeah,
use.
I know. Like you have no choice. Yeah, it does like the original, right?
Yeah,
You do like in some areas you can only build X, but generally as the
You
game
can't
opens
take
up,
this
you can
person
pick
with
what
you, and you're
party
just like,
want.
but I haven't built these other characters at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to play.
I
But
didn't
also
even bother
Daisy.
giving Kate Sith a weapon. What the
I
hell?
know.
Why not? He's the best guy.
He actually is one of the most
pretty good.
strongest in the entire game. Is Kate Sith.
Really?
His limit
Typical.
break is game breaking. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, in theory, he's got a roulette thing, and in theory, he can roll
Game
the
over.
perfect thing.
The game over slot machine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like insta win type of thing, but yeah,
What?
yeah. Kate
Well,
Sith is
They're nerding out.
Yeah.
They're nerding
It's all
out,
tactics.
Mousy.
It's all tactics.
yeah. This is This is deep nerd stuff, so yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll get to see that because like you get limits in this, as you just saw. Like Mousie got a limit break with Cloud there, so they do exist. So Kate Sith's limit will be there. Sid's limit break will be there. Mysterious character who might be or not in Nibelheim's limit break will be there. So we'll see all of that kind of stuff, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, the limit breaks are the best part of the game. Oh, but not the best part of the game. They're one of the most exciting parts of the game. So they're always the flashy things. They're always the finishers. They're always the big numbers and things like that.
Summons are my
Summons,
favorite
well,
part.
yeah, summons, yeah.
You can summon like I mean, a lot of the famous summons are in Final Fantasy 14, aren't they? Like as far as I'm aware.
You've got your Rifa, you've got your Ramu, you've got your Shiva, you've got the classics. You know, they're all there.
Oh, you mean the summoner homies? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Bahamut.
Bahamut, of course. Yeah.
Bahamut.
Odin's there. They're all there. Yeah, don't worry. No big deal, Master. We're just going to summon Bahamut. No big deal. Easy.
Any
random encounter, summon Bahamut.
He's the king of dragons, Mousie. Come on.
Yeah.
Someone in my chat said that apparently in speedruns they just straight up ban Kate Sith's limit, like because it makes it too unfair.
Basically like you can do a certain timing of Kate Sith's limit break that you'll always get game over, and people will actually practice that for hours and hours and hours, just pressing the button in the right timing without even looking at the screen.
It sounds incredible.
So yeah, there are speedruns where you ban that kind of thing. It's the same with how you'll ban. There'll be different categories. There'll be the non-disc one skip speedrun of Final Fantasy VII, or the entire 100% speedrun of Final Fantasy VII, and you get the non-Kate Sith speedrun of Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, he's too strong, Nilesy. He's just too good, too awesome. You got to agree with that.
I had
swag
no
is
idea.
too drippy.
No, I am all in on like this the speedrunning community of like Final Fantasies. I've even done Final Fantasy IX speedrun, which took me 12 hours, I think it was. But yeah, I love those kind of things.
Did you submit it?
There was no point submitting it. It was like that's outside of like even top.
You'd be like,
probably.
oh really? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, the 12-hour thing is you need to do it below 12 hours to get Excalibur 2.
Excalibur, yeah. That was the only time I've ever gotten Excalibur in Final Fantasy IX was trying out that speedrun. So at least I got that. But yeah,
that's
no
actual
leaderboard.
in-game reward. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that just a sword? You get a sword if you finish it.
It's an
extra
sword
cool
for one of the
special
guys,
super sword. Yeah.
That's pretty.
And it is basically his strongest sword in the entire game, and you've got to get to the very end of the game in 12 hours or 10 hours, something like that.
Oh my god! So
What?
Yeah, that was Final Fantasy IX. They embraced that idea with like achievements and things like that. Really early days.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So yeah, love to hear that even like console games have like this little secrets you can unlock by just playing the game
Final
a lot.
Fantasy games are always full of those things. Knights of the Round. I mean, in a normal playthrough, you'll never find that.
Yeah.
You know,
There's so many that are secrets.
Half
the time, it's like they put them in just to sell guides. So basically, you
Oh
gotta get
yeah,
the
of course,
yeah.
So,
yeah, guides of their own thing.
Clever.
Would you, Mousie, would you ever speedrun a game? Do you reckon, like Final Fantasy game?
I have severe ADHD. I don't think that's gonna happen very well. I'll be
really
real
fast.
with you.
I mean, if you laser focused it, it could be even turn to good.
Oh, I don't know. I get distracted so easily. Like, I'll go fishing, and then halfway through fishing, I'll think, oh, I need to go to the gold saucer and do my ticket. And then while at the gold saucer, I'll be like,
I mean, that lottery's got to come up sometime, right? That lottery's it's gonna eventually.
Fair enough. No, I get it. I do like watching Final Fantasy VII speedruns. I don't know what it is about it, like particularly the original, right? Where it just
what interests me
the music
as well.
Things, you know?
What interests me as well is that because this remake is going to take place over 3 games, is there going to be a speedrunning category in which like you play the first game, quick, change the disc, play the second game, quick, change the disc, play the third game.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
change the
that'd
disc.
be so fun to do.
You mean
It's gotta be.
close it on Steam and then open up the other one on Steam?
Just literally a category of like all 3 and then go. The people who've done that in the past, people have played like the speed run for all Dark Souls games and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, I can
oh
see that
god,
kind of thing.
yeah.
I think
I mean,
the games
actually,
are probably a little too long,
about
aren't
it
they?
now.
Maybe, but to be like popular at the very least. But we'll see.
Yeah. Thinking about it, there is actually the PlayStation Final Fantasy speedrun where you do 7, 8, and 9 one after the other.
Right.
Yeah,
A little bit of a marathon.
It's
Yeah.
like 30 hours, I think, to be honest.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. No.
The Dark Souls
At that
one's
point, it's not very
isn't it?
speedy.
They do like all the Dark Souls and Bloodborne no hit, right?
Yeah.
There was one dude who
Probably,
did no hits,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he got to the 3rd game and got hit on the last boss. It was the most
I
devastating.
think he managed to do it in
Please.
that. I think he's done
It was
He did
the
manage to do it in the end. Yeah.
he did manage to do
in the
it.
end,
He did manage to eventually do it, but
Crazy,
I remember
though.
watching the specific one where he got hit, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I could handle that level of like pain.
No
in
one
a speedrun
should.
of
No one
anything.
should. Like, I think even Final Fantasy VII speedruns, generally speaking, are still like 10 hours or something. Like, it's a long time, right?
Seriously,
Long
holy
4
shit.
hours. They're four. I think maybe it's like 4 hours is like the standard. Like, if you're really, really, really good and know what you're doing.
It would
But
also
other than
depend on
that-
how much glitches and stuff you use, of course. So there's a variety of different categories.
there's the glitches kind, and then you got
But the thing is, for
no
me,
case
whenever I
run.
go to replay a game, I don't really want to I don't really set out to challenge myself. If anything, it's the opposite. I want to be as overpowered as possible because, like, now that I know all the secrets, I want to make sure I go to this good grinding spot, pick up this item really early, make sure I go for that material is super good, and then just like really feel like I'm breaking the game with just my knowledge and skill. Because I don't know, I like feeling overpowered in games like that. So that's when I have a replay. It's
totally
like,
fair.
I take my time and I just try to do all the fun stuff. That's good.
Yeah, I do have to admit.
So I did replay
that...
Final Fantasy VII not too long ago and sat through it all. Not sat through it, but like I played it through it all from the very beginning and made sure to get all the chocobos, get all the summon materia and stuff. And it's cool. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, I think there is something particularly satisfying about finding the secrets in these games. You know, like
Love
where
a
you,
secret.
it's like where it's like it's mostly a linear game, and that feels like comforting in a way because you know that what you're doing is good. But then there's just for those that want to go out and explore and try different things, and there's like that little bit of extra reward for finding that
mythical.
Sneaky little
get
one.
the
But it's
mythical
like,
items, get the best in slot item,
like
best in slot weapon,
little
the
hidden
best in slot
materia
armor.
that's out there somewhere in a different place.
Yeah.
And like you take a little bit of extra steps to be like, oh, it's not particularly hard to find these like secrets, but it's for those that are just like, okay,
finding the Ultima materia or the Meteor materia or the Forbidden Magics.
Yeah.
Forbidden Magics.
You've got
Mercy,
Ultima,
Forbidden
you've got
Magics.
Bahamut, you've got Meteor, so
I'm
you know
so
you gotta.
concerned.
Yeah, these are all good. These are all
Use it
exciting.
for the force of good, Mousie, for the force of good.
Yeah.
But does Final Fantasy VII Rebirth have Mahjong?
Oh,
Don't know.
no.
I don't think so. I don't think it has.
What'd she say? What'd she say, Nilesy? Mahjong.
Mahjong.
He's a big
So
Mahjong
Final
player.
Fantasy XIV actually has one of the best Mahjong engines built into it, and there
I'm
are
a big
people who
Mahjong
will
player.
actually subscribe to Final Fantasy XIV online just for the
That's me.
Mahjong.
That's
That's
me, basically.
amazing.
I don't do anything else in the game.
It's actually really impressive. I got trapped in a game with a bot for 45 minutes at one point.
Whoa.
Oh, I hate that.
Jeez.
That sounds like super fun. I'd love that. I love that. Like that you could get stuck playing a mini game in another game. Like the fact that Triple Triad is so like it's so. I thought that was just a Final Fantasy VIII thing. I didn't realize it was in 14 as well.
Final
Oh,
Fantasy
it's
14
huge
as a
in
game
14. You can
takes
find the
in
cards
so many elements from
everywhere.
others. So Triple
Yeah.
Triad is a major thing. There's like 405 total cards and hundreds of NPCs to play, and you get them from killing bosses and
You get
doing
them from
achievements
dungeons,
and
killing
stuff.
bosses, achievements, how many cards you
It's great.
have, defeating, like playing against characters as well. You get the cards, and yeah. And each of the games that you play like against all have like different Triple Triad rules, and it's mad. It's absolutely
Yeah.
insane. And
Triple
then there's
Triad, I think,
tournaments as
definitely.
well.
Yeah, I think
There's
Triple
a
Triad
leaderboard.
definitely has been, along with Blitzball, to me like the highlight of like these larger mini games in Final Fantasy games. So I'm actually really curious to see how Queen's Blood in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, how that's going to work out. It's supposed to be a good card game because in the DLC for Remake episode, the Intermission Integrate, they had the Fort Condor mini game, which was like this sort of like tactical strategic tower
Oh,
defense
for God's
thing.
sake!
in
I
the
remember
DLC.
that from the original, and I hated it.
It's really hard, so brutal.
In the original, it was a weird one, and there are ways to like easily get around it and stuff. The way they did it in the DLC, then it was treated more like a mini game because in the original you went to an actual fort and defended it from people approaching and so on.
And you
In
had
this
to
one,
do
it is
it.
literally a flame. So Yuffie runs around and like challenges Wedge, and like they sit down with this board called Fort Condor, and you unlock cool things. It was really fun. So if it's anything like that mini game, I have high hopes for Queen's Blood in Rebirth for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's not just Queen's Blood. We're gonna get the marching mini game where we're gonna do the parade.
The parade.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
We're gonna
You
get-
guys, you're gonna love that,
Make
Mousie.
sure you
You're gonna
spin
love
the gun
it.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
your shoulder.
Yeah, like learning the movement. We're going to get the Chocobo racing. There's going to be it looks like some sort of like jet ski riding thing going on. I don't know. There's a
ski,
bunch in the
okay.
trailers. Yeah.
I was
The
just thinking about
it looks
jumping
good.
game. I can't remember if that was a thing or
Oh,
not.
yeah.
The dolphin jump.
Wasn't much of a game. It was
Sorry?
like just jump up, but
Press the
yeah.
button at the right time, basically.
Yeah.
Well, so because you need to
They got
filter the
wacky with
plays.
the
You
minigames,
can't go
Mousie,
through.
honestly, they did.
Final Fantasy VII
it's a
is one of the
wacky
things
game,
that
isn't
like,
it?
sometimes people don't remember when they
I
look
know.
back at Final Fantasy VII. Is there's a lot of wacky stuff. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
think of the serious story.
Yeah.
There's a ton of wacky, weird stuff that's really
lot of
sort of
fun stuff.
lighthearted and fun. And
Yeah.
that's nice. That's really neat. A lot of people think of Cloud as this like dark. So he gets involved in some pretty goofy stuff.
He does a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, he's always doing these silly mini games. Like you think he'd be too busy like trying to save the world or whatever, or find
He's too busy
areas
just
or
eating
whatever.
sandwiches over and over.
Eating
There's sandwiches to eat.
Pan
stuff.
to the dude
Yeah.
shooting ducks.
There's pianos to play. There's sandwiches to eat. There's dolphins to jump.
There's wardrobes to raid, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
he's a
I mean,
silly
I know
boy.
what I'm going to be spending a majority of my time is when like the Golden Saucer hits. There's the battle square in the original as well, which we already had like the battle simulator inside the ghetto, but like the battle square with its sort of slot machine.
Yeah, this is not.
It's
and then,
randomizers and
different
modifiers.
penalties that give you more
Yeah.
points. That more penalties it is.
Kind of, in a way, the most original like rogue like sort of battle system.
I mean, sort of, yeah. I guess
Sort
if you
of,
want to stretch the definition,
Roguelike.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Let's put those in
Yeah.
quotes. Yeah, way back then. I think that's
Bit
the
of a
kind
progenitor of it.
Isn't it kind of exciting to see like how you can take a game from the 90s and that was like already so innovative in and of itself, how after all these years of game development and refinement, what they do with such an old game and how they modernize it, it's really exciting. Like just that alone is like something to be like, yeah, you know what, I should play this game, if not just to be like, this is what it looked like in the beginning and it's already really fun, and then they take it and make it even more fun, but then appropriate for like completely new audiences, which is why I'm like, Nilesy, Mousie, don't really need to play the original, even though I kind of want you to, and it's like a bit of a soft spot for it, but like it's really cool. It's really it feels like a real treat that
at the
such a
very
beloved
least play
game gets a remake at all,
and
you know.
then Rebirth, yeah, for sure. I think.
It's
not
very
many-
nice that
not
they
many
still
games-
have passion for that project,
Yeah.
rather than just leaving it
I
behind.
keep thinking like
Putting
because
out a
obviously
crappy remake and just moving on.
Yeah, I think so. There's obviously some people that like worked on the original that's still around in Square and working on this one as well. That's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
But it was almost 20 years ago at this point. No, more than 20 years ago.
25.
Yeah.
Well, 26. Sorry.
Oh God.
27.
Yeah. Anyway.
27.
So there has to be multiple people on that dev team who grew up loving this game, and that must be such a cool feeling. Like one of your favorite games when you were a kid, you're working on making a cool remake on it. That must feel really awesome.
That is really nice. I can't think of many other games in our lifetime where they've like really well and truly taken a game that we loved so much and remade it to such high quality that I can think of. I mean, so like this one is like remarkably like it blows everything out of the water, because a lot of things are like remasters and they don't count, but like a remake,
Yeah.
faithful
Remasters
remake.
are not uncommon these days. People see them as like, okay, well, I mean, remaster, like make sure they work on a new computer, run a couple of filters on the thing, and blah blah blah, and it's good. But full on, real, proper,
Built from the
solid
ground up again.
remakes from down up, that's uncommon. And when it's such a beloved game, there's obviously a lot of people are going to be hesitant because they have a lot of strong memories about it, and the more you hear people are doing changes, people are like, I don't know about that. But man, I really enjoyed Remake, and just from the demo alone, Rebirth looks like it's going to be do that and more. So
yeah,
I'm extremely excited.
And make sure that
After
everybody in
watching
the
the demo,
chats
definitely.
don't miss out on that link.
Oh yeah, don't forget there's a link
FFVII
you guys should be
Rebirth.
clicking. Check out the
Yes,
game.
Exclamation mark. Click on that link. Don't forget it.
Clickety
Yeah.
click.
Yeah,
We haven't
do
watched
some
the trailer
clicks.
yet. If we want to go through that as well.
Let's
Good.
do
There's
it.
multiple trailers if you want to go. Yeah, so you pick the one you want, I guess. Which
We
one
could
do you
end
think?
on the trailer. I think we've got 10
Yeah?
minutes left.
Well, we can discuss it as well, but I mean, I
Sure.
put in like the remake one and the original one, but like you only really need to watch the Rebirth one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, that's the
shall
one.
we?
Where is
Okay.
Can we
have
have
to scroll
somebody
up a
stream it
bit.
on Discord?
So Rebirth,
Can we do 3, 2, 1, go?
Sure.
Would that be okay?
Well, it's just because I've added Mousie on Discord, so it'd be nice to have somebody else do it. And then
Oh no, as in like, can we
Well,
can we
'cause we all
all
have to
watch
see
it
it,
on our
right?
own? Because I don't want to. I mean, I can stream it because I don't. Otherwise, it'll be like super stuttery.
The
We
Discord's gonna be little buggy, no?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was the last time, so we can see how it works out. We can try either. We can do it, or we can.
I'm happy with just watching it and doing a 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I've got it at the ready anyway. So
give me a second. Where's the link to it? Please.
I replied to it.
it's
It's in the chat in the group.
if you want, Nilesy, you can also just watch mine. I'm sharing my screen, so if that's easier.
Let me see. Let me see.
Hmm.
Yes, that is easier.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a 4-minute trailer, so we can watch that and we can chat about it for a while, and then we can say goodbye to everyone. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then,
Okay.
well, if you want to do it, then Rythian, since you'll be playing for others, the 3, 2, 1.
Sure. Okay. In that case, 3, 2, 1, play.
Peggy, no.
No Peggy this time.
That's a bit
Oh
loud.
wait, they're friends.
Not anymore.
Oh, the third
So you
turn. Did we
see, Breeh?
ever...
Elena? No, Elena's coming in this one.
Yeah.
All that music.
Oh, that answers one of our questions from earlier.
Yeah.
We know.
You don't like Rude?
There's you,
Ooh.
Fee. You have synergy attacks now?
Oh,
cool.
so
Yeah.
that's... What? She just lifted up... Okay.
So yeah, literally you have like people doing double attacks together and so on.
Why is the Don back?
We never quite killed him in the first one, remember? They're moving the Wu-Tai bit
Oh, I
to
love
Rebirth,
him.
so that's happening as well. Also,
Yo,
you know who that
Jimbo!
guy is, right?
Yojimbo!
It's our old pal Greg.
Greg, what the hell?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Anything you say.
It just looked
Oh
like he
my
was going in for a
God.
neck, a bit of a necking there.
So
Oh.
this I will have no comment on
Yeah.
at all.
No, we can't comment. I just can't.
Edge. That's my comment.
Red
Curious.
15. Ugh. Johnny.
Oh my god. So
Love
annoying.
Red Sailor outfit.
Oh my god, look at him. This is Continental Soul.
Oh, Red's shy. Look.
There you go.
Ching.
He's Scottish? Really?
Oh, he was always Scottish. It didn't really come across in the original translation, but yeah.
Miss Corporate.
There he
Oh
is.
my god.
There he is. It's Vincent.
Look at
Oh,
him.
hi, Vincent.
He's so dorky.
This is what I meant.
Oh my god, he's so
And there's Queen's Blood. And there's the
Yes,
parade.
the marching minigame, I was right.
Yeah, of course, man. It's all in
there's
there. It's all in there.
Oh, it's the train tracks thing.
Goofy.
There's
Sid.
Sid.
Sid's here.
Sid!
He looks cooler in this game than Final Fantasy
Mhm.
14.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good Nova.
Hmm.
There's so many plot things here. I don't know where to start.
I know. Oh, I'm getting chills. Stop.
I know.
Oh.
I know. Goosebumps.
The white materia. Hmm.
Mm.
Oh God.
Clapper.
Very Clapper
Demo available
indeed.
now.
Jesus.
Full game in just 2 weeks.
I hadn't
Oh,
watched
by the
it
way,
yet,
look at
so
that. By the way,
that was really
Look at
awesome.
this. Not available in other formats until at least
Oh my days.
05/29/2024. So end of May, it's going to be available in other formats. Now, what that means, I don't know. PC.
Probably PC. Well,
Maybe not.
right.
We don't know.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
I wouldn't either, because the others has always been like a year. But
Yeah.
read into that what you want. I would still get a PS5 because I
Yeah.
see
It's not
Bro,
gonna be the
over.
Switch, for example, is it? So.
No, yeah. I don't know. They might be like they're coming to Xbox or something. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Well, I saw
there you
Kate
go.
Sith in it about 4 times, so pretty good trailer.
Pretty good
game.
trailer.
There
We
you
got some
go.
Kate
No,
Sith
he's
before, it was
got-
good.
There
I'm
you
on
go.
board.
So Aerith had what looked like a very white piece of materia.
No spoilers,
Yeah.
Breeh.
The man was talking about
No,
black
it's
materia.
spoilers.
That's not spoilers. You literally
this
just saw
trailer-
it with your eyes.
No, that's true.
That could have
The
been
thing
a
about
pool
this-
ball.
You cannot
she
be
could have been
spoiled.
handling a pool ball.
Oh yeah, because that's what this game's all about.
Rack 'em up.
Just racking them up. Yeah.
You can have my white
We got
white
some
ball
sharking to do.
for a paw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My lucky one.
Yeah. The story, like for
This
those
is
of
my
us who played the
cocaine
original
ball.
game and remake, that trailer sets up some really interesting questions.
Yeah.
It does,
and
yeah.
I'm very excited.
That
to see
actually
where
answered
it's
something
going.
I asked you earlier on, actually, Rythian, if we thought the temple would be in there, and you
I thought you
literally
were
see
going to ask
the
about the
temple.
dolphins. It's like, oh,
And the dolphins,
it's like,
and the
So that's the thing.
where there
That's
going
when
to
I
be
said
dolphins
jet
in it.
ski. That's what I remembered. So we're gonna have more with the dolphin. There's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
more
yeah.
with the dolphin for sure. So.
Oh my god.
Was that in Juno or something?
Junon, yeah, Junon.
Yeah.
That's before the parade, but yeah. And the
Yeah,
parade's there.
parade minigame is there too.
Oh my god,
I
yeah.
can't believe they're doing that.
Yeah, you
They're
guys are
making
going
it
to
bigger.
love that. Everyone dreads it. I dread it. We all hate
So
it.
hard.
Sick of the
So
song
hard.
from the parade because you would be doing it over and over and over again. So you
I
get it right.
was in the marching band. Nothing can be worse
Yeah.
than
man.
actually being in a marching band. So,
Um,
it's like, does it force you to do the minigame?
Well, I mean, it did
I
in the
love
last
them,
one,
yeah.
but
We'll
you
see.
could absolutely fail and still progress. It's just you got better items if you did well.
It's just that you're going to get
so-
chewed out because, the TV ratings, Mousy. You've got to make sure those
Yeah,
TV
You got to
ratings
get
is high
those good
as
literally
possible.
TV
graded you on TV
ratings. Yeah.
ratings. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
seriously,
so
Mousy.
excited, man.
Yes,
I'm so
seriously.
Good to see Hojo. It was good to see Hojo.
We did see
in there
Hojo.
again.
He was in the
Grizzleface.
helicopter. The
Mhm.
evil, weird
Oh my God.
scientist.
I love the design of everybody. Everyone looks like that was how
Mousie,
they
check
always
the recording
looked.
server. The collector's edition comes with a big Sephiroth.
Oh yeah, yeah, it
Does it?
does.
Oh
Very
my!
cool.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hey,
cool is that?
Squeenix!
cool is that?
Squeenix!
Hey, Squeenix.
Squeenix, hi.
Oh, hardback
Hi.
art book. Oh boy.
He's only
Hey.
got one wing.
Yo, Squeenix.
Hi.
How you doing, though?
How you doing? What's
I
good,
should
baby?
I should have got my husband's like
us
figurines because he's got one of Yuffie, he's got one of Reno, and I think he's got one of
That would
Sephiroth
be really good to see.
yeah.
That
That
Sephiroth
one would
figure
fit
is
just
so
with it, you
nice.
know. Oh god, damn it!
Rythian, you'll know better. So in remake, did we ever get the name of the guy that was the orange suit guy that went into the mech
Yes.
robot?
Yeah,
We
that
did it,
is
okay.
Palmer, weapons
Yeah, Palmer.
dude at Shinra. Yeah,
Mm.
or
Good to see him as
no,
well.
not-
Can't wait to
yeah,
can't wait
he's
to
there.
battle that guy.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We
He's
got
a nasty
Heidegger,
piece of work.
Scarlet, and Palmer, and Reeve, who are the four like department heads of Shinra, which used to be led by the president, now is led by President Rufus, who used to be the president's son.
Yeah, but we defeated Rufus, so Oh
my God,
don't
you
need to talk
too.
about Rufus anymore.
No, he was literally in the trailer. So we're good. Yeah.
That does conclude the stream though. After
It
being able to
does.
react to that, which has been you guys I think a lot of people love seeing how passionate we all are about video games above all, and
Even without knowing anything, like I'm a little excited. Like
Yeah.
I've
Good.
got
Yeah.
to
It'll
sit
be
down and play
incredible,
through all
Mousy.
this
Yeah.
now.
yes, if you can get a
It
hold
looks
of
very, very
remake,
good. I'll
you
definitely be
should.
checking it out.
I
Yeah,
did.
We all
I
know
bought-
you're gonna buy
I
it
bought
for the
remake.
Sephiroth, but you'll stay for the cloud.
I thought we were getting free ones from Squeenix.
Come on, Squeenix, give us
Come on, Squeenix.
everything, including
Squeenix?
PS5,
PlayStation 5s and collector's
Kate
editions.
Sith dolls, ideally
And Kate
also.
Sith dolls. Oh, yeah.
And well,
No,
on that
yeah.
note,
So, like, honestly, like, Rebirth is coming out. Play it
yes,
if you want.
29th.
But I recommend playing Remake first. Like, you can jump to Rebirth, but I think you should play Remake first, and that's
There's
what
bundles.
the double pack. The double pack
Yeah.
is for. So
Make sure you check out the
that.
links in our chat.
Yeah,
Indeed,
when you
yeah.
purchase
these things.
VII Rebirth.
Yeah, and
We'll
when
take
you
you to
do
everywhere
purchase
you wanna go.
these, the links aren't going anywhere. So, like, I'm sure we'll all keep them on there for a little bit. So, you know, you can later on exclamation mark type it if you're buying it and you
I'll
like
leave
need to
mine
check
up
and
as
whatever.
well, yeah.
It's been lovely.
Cool.
Thank you guys
Thank
thank you
you.
Final Fantasy VII for sponsoring us today as well.
Yay.
'cause
Yeah.
to
Yes,
talk
thank
about
you
it.
very much. Thank you very much.
It's
We're
really nice
massive
because we all,
fans.
you know,
Squeenix.
we all have big feelings about it anyway. So it just feels like so
Yeah.
nice to be able to like
They
talk
used to be
about
called
it.
Squaresoft.
They used to be long ago.
Oh yeah, of course they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot
Right.
about.
Merge.
Let's let the old man
well,
go.
Yeah.
It's exciting times, man. It's good to see one of your favorite games ever come back in such a good way,
Very
and
exciting,
everybody's actually
yeah.
like welcoming it. It's not just everybody going, "Oh, there we go." It's a game for the old people. It's a game for the old people. No,
Yeah.
everybody's equally getting excited about it. Mousie
Yeah.
is as young as she is. 2 years old when it came out, by the way.
2 years old you were. My goodness. My gosh.
I'm a 95er, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was an 85er, so literally 10.
And I
Yeah.
was super late to it, so like I didn't know anything about it. I actually, you know what? Oh my god, I just had a crazy memory of when I was in primary school, year 6. Someone that I was friends with, I was obsessed with someone called Cloud Strife, and I just remembered that was a thing. She was like obsessed with it, and I was like, I don't know what you're on
Probably-
about. What's Final
Final
Fantasy?
Fantasy VII, I think.
I have to get
Probably,
going
yeah.
now, so I've got to
Yeah.
get going. So now this is going to be the end for me.
Yeah.
Yes,
thank you
same.
again.
Okay, then.
Appreciate it. Have a
Thank
good
you
night,
everybody
everyone.
for the stream.
Thank you all for
Bye.
being here, guys. I will be resuming
Thanks so
my
much,
stream.
everyone, for a lovely
part 2.
conversation. And
Thank you for
yeah.
being here, guys.
Thank you, chat, as well. Have a good time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you all later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.